For a report on the progress of the NBA, let's go to Philadelphia.
All right, Pat Summerall, I'm Brent Musburger reporting live from the Spectrum. It is the Lakers and the 76ers about to begin the NBA Championship Series here on CBS. We are holding off the tap until the golf tournament is over, and the two bracket boards show you how these two teams got here. Over in the East, the 76ers swept the Knicks. They beat back Milwaukee in 5 games. In the West, the Lakers had to play 2 more games, a total of 11. They eliminated Portland in 5, and then they beat San Antonio in a tough 6-game series, which ended Friday night. The gentlemen who will be describing the action for you, Dick Stockton and Bill Russell, and let's go down to them now. Dick?
Thank you very much, Brent. If they say timing is everything, timing may not be right for the Lakers right now. They had to play that grueling 6-game, Bill, in San Antonio. Meanwhile, Philadelphia had a chance to prepare and rest. On top of that, they lost Bob McAdoo to this game. So a lot of people would think that the deck is stacked against the Lakers in game number 1, that they're at a disadvantage. Do you agree?
Well, not quite. Of course, you'd like to have a guy like Bob McAdoo because you could use him. But if you're thinking that fatigue is a factor, fatigue is never a factor in a playoff game in the championship series.
Let's talk about the key matchup of players who will not be guarding each other in this game. Talking about Maurice Cheeks and Magic Johnson.
Well, I consider this a matchup because these two guys do the same things for their team. They run the offense, and they're the guys that cause the trouble defense with the double teaming, and they're all over the place. In fact, you might say that these two guys are the barometers of their team. If you see any barometer falling, watch out for the storm.
Storm warning's coming up, and right now for an injury report, let's go to Pat O'Brien. Pat?
Thank you, Dick. You talk about key matchups. The key injury for the Lakers is indeed Bob McAdoo, who has a severely bruised thigh. He is very, very doubtful for today's game. They need him so badly off the bench. Mike Cooper has a pulled muscle in his rib cage. Jerry West says he will play. He says he's so tough he can play with almost any injury. On the 76ers side, Andrew Toney had a severe thigh bruise, but he, according to Al Domenico, their trainer, is at 100%. But he'll play. Bobby Jones had a strep throat. He's okay. There was some question about Dr. J's knees. It was just questions. He is 100%. That's the injury report. Let's go now back up to Brent Musburger.
All right, Pat, and so for the 3rd time in 4 years, it'll be the Lakers against the 76ers for the NBA championship. Let's go back to Pat Summerall now and the conclusion of the golf tournament in Atlanta.
Tim Simpson managed to stay upright. I don't know about the shot. Reminder, the NBA, the championship series between the Lakers and the 76ers underway at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. We'll be joining them as soon as the 18 holes of play have been completed. Tim Simpson.
At this late in the day, what's the difference?
Might as well go on down and get with it. You're winning enough for another pair of shoes.
Well, he spent more than that on the last coming in on the holes, Pat. And those things, after that, you just make your move.
Very interested spectator, Calvin Peete, looking on. He is in and has been in for about 2 hours. -10 after shooting 63 today. Looks like now he'll have that first prize check of $72,000 if Colbert doesn't pull off some miracle out of the sand. Who does he think he is?
I don't know. Lloyd Bridges. Can't ground his club there. It's uphill. Getting his foot in there.
Yeah, that's your ball.
Yes. Just with the ball above you like this, he has to aim right. It'll pull left because naturally with this swing and the ball above you, it's almost like a baseball swing.
Bad from there.
Well, you can always picture ways that you could have won it, and you certainly always know the way that you've lost something.
Don Pooley will be next to hit, I believe. Yes, he's in the bunker.
And you can't count out Colbert. He you know, don't ever think that this game, he has not used up 4 shots yet.
This is Pooley's 3rd. Worth a lot of money for him if it could go down. Pooley Cooley and Colbert both are very, very deliberate players, but Kenny, as you were saying yesterday, they do things with a purpose. It's not slow play, it's deliberate play.
Well, they were almost a full hole behind coming 18 here.
And with reason, I guess. You can't knock success.
Good shot.
Colbert is faced now, Pat, with a multitude of decisions. First of all is how hard you try to make it. Of course, he hasn't got the best of lies. There's a little bit kind of in a furrow from a rake. But again, if he makes 6, he ties for second, and it's a difference. If he makes 4, he ties for first. If he makes 5, he's second alone. If he makes 6, it's an $8,000 hole for him.
A lot of things have to be going through his mind, and his mind, Calvin Peete looking on.
And there's no chance. There's your winner, Calvin Peete.
You're looking at the champion. Calvin Peete wins the Atlanta Golf Classic. And here is the putt that won it for Calvin Peete to go 10 under as he shot a fine round of 63. Finished about 2 hours ago. So for our CBS Sports Announce crew, this is Pat Summerall saying goodbye from the Atlanta Country Club.
Now United flies to Tokyo from more top U.S. business centers. United's 3-class international service to Tokyo. It's truly world-class.
60 Minutes knows a man fighting the system who has gotten such a raw deal that it's amazing no one listens to him. Maybe you will this evening on CBS.
17 hours. That's how long it took us to paint this house with the brush. Then we painted it in just 6.5 hours with a Wagner Power Painter. This wicker chair took over an hour, but less than 5 minutes with a Wagner Power Painter. A shutter that took 20 minutes, a Power Painter finished in only 3. It's a tool so versatile, it has a flexible spray tip and a way to draw paint right from a can. A Wagner Power Painter. It's the right tool for painting.
Easy. Even when the West was mostly made of dreams, there was Wells Fargo.
It's worth a fortune. Want to see something funny? Yeah.
Helping people turn a vision of life into life itself. It's something we still do. If you need money to buy, build, or become something,
Oh, excuse me.
talk to the bank that's been lending money to Westerners
It works.
longer than any other bank.
You're fired. Blame it on the hard times, the bad economy. But maybe it's an opportunity, a chance to make a change. Try something you've always wondered about. Change careers, maybe even change your life. Channel 5 news anchor Dave McElhatton introduces you to people who made the change and discovers the secrets of success of those who were fired and starting over. An Eyewitness News Extra, tomorrow at 6, only on Channel 5.
Kirk Douglas stars tonight, 11:45.
Move in with me.
The Philadelphia 76ers have come to the brink of the promised land. Moses Malone led the 76ers to 65 victories, more than any team in the NBA. One obstacle remains. 36-year-old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and a championship team from Los Angeles. These two teams are not strangers. This marks the 3rd time in the last 4 years they've met for the World Championship. The Lakers have 2 rings. The Sixers are still searching. Welcome to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. At the Spectrum as CBS Sports presents Game 1 of the NBA World Championship Series. Good afternoon afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger, and the Dream Series here in Philadelphia is underway. The 76ers lead it by 2. The men who will describe the action, Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. Let's go quickly to Dick.
Thank you, Brent, and we have 7 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the first period of a 10-8 game. Philadelphia leading, and Jamal Wilkes has tied the score for the Lakers. It is a game in which Los Angeles has gotten off to a slow start shooting. Philadelphia has been able to break, and the 76ers, parked by Julius Erving, who has 2 points, 3 assists, and a block shot already, had the early lead. We also had a collision, and one of the 2 players involved has come back onto the court. So we have a lot to bring you up to date on. This is what happened with 9.5 to go in the first. Andrew Toney and Norm Nixon collided at midcourt, sending both to the bench. And now Cooper remains in the game for Nixon, and Clint Richardson is in for Maurice Cheeks with 2 fouls. Maurice Cheeks has picked up 2 personal fouls so far, and 4 of the 5 Lakers starters have committed a foul. You're looking at Pat Cunningham, who's looking, or Billy Cunningham, who's looking for his first world championship. And we have a timeout with 6:58 remaining. It's 10-10. We'll be back with Bill Russell from the Spectrum in Philadelphia.
The NBA on CBS. Today's championship game is sponsored by HT8 Pool Chlorinator. For water so clear, it's startling. Miller High Life. Welcome to Miller Time. And by Armor All. It beautifies and protects rubber, vinyl, leather, and plastic.
You know, we build one beautiful aircraft.
Yep, for 8 hours a day, we do something we really like doing. Can't beat that.
Oh, yeah? Want to bet?
Welcome to Miller Time. It's all yours and it's all mine. Bring your thirsty self right here. The rich, smooth taste of Miller beer. It's what you have in mind. Whoa, whoa, welcome to Miller Time.
Welcome to the rich, smooth taste of Miller High Life.
Welcome. Well, you know you're welcome. Welcome. Everybody's welcome. Welcome to Miller Time. Yours and mine.
This was my old routine. Bright sun, chlorine. Prevent algae, more chlorine. Pool party, lots of chlorine. Then I discovered long-lasting Pace products with stabilized chlorine that takes care of that routine. By releasing chlorine only when it's needed, Pace keeps my water sparkling clear through hot sun, algae, and heavy use. And I spend less time treating my pool and more time enjoying it.
Sparkling water longer from Pace. Chlorine without that old routine.
We're back at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Dick Stockton along with Bill Russell. We have a tie score with just under 7 minutes to go. We've seen the sky hook from Kareem and Moses Malone muscling inside, and I think we're going to see a lot from those two in this series, Will.
Well, the matchup between those 2 players, both are great players. Moses causes problems from Kareem in that he's a very physical player, he's very strong, but he's also very quick. And he's probably one of the smartest players that Kareem will ever play against. On the other hand, Kareem, besides being a very smart player, he's had that sky hook in action for 20 years, and no one stopped it yet.
That's for sure. And, of course, Kareem was the man the Lakers went to in the San Antonio series. Andrew Toney is back in the game. Norm Nixon took a blow to the neck and head. He has an ice pack on the neck, and he will return. Cooper is on Toney and Clint Richardson. This is the shot. Malone tried to knock it in, and Kareem, the rebound to Michael Cooper. Cooper has his lead pass picked off by Julius Erving, who does so many things to contribute to his team, not only scoring anymore.
These 2 teams are the best teams you'll see going from offense to defense in basketball. That's one of the reasons they're so good, is that they make the transition. Now, what they have to do, they both want to run, but they would like to run and keep the other guy from running.
There's Norman Nixon, who was involved in that collision with Andrew Toney, who's back in the game. Kurt Rambis goes out. So now the Lakers are using Magic Johnson and Norm Nixon, their starting backcourt duo, and Michael Cooper will be up front along with Jamal Wilkes. 6:26 remaining in the first period. We have a tie, and here's Andrew Toney, an explosive scoring threat. Team fouls. The Lakers are in the penalty right now. Philadelphia's committed 3. It was last year Andrew Toney scored 46 points against the Lakers, his career high. He has had awfully good games against L.A. Toney with 4 points leads Philadelphia. Wilkes and Kareem each have 4 for the Lakers.
Now, what the Sixers would like to do on defense is to keep Magic Johnson from ever going coast to coast, as we call it, when he gets a rebound, and try to keep him, make him give the ball up and not get it back when he passes it.
They go to Kareem, double teamed by Richardson and Malone, and Norm Nixon hits the shot. Last year in the series between Nixon and Cheeks, Norm had the measure of Maurice Cheeks, and the Lakers will need his outside shooting, particularly with McAdoo hurting.
This is a different Maurice Cheeks this year.
Sure is.
He has matured so much.
Malone goes up, whistle, basket will count, and a foul. Well, that's the reason why Harold Katz went out and got Moses Malone for this series that we're seeing now.
And they've been looking at each other. You know, these teams have been almost over-scouted because they've been aiming at each other for the whole year. They've been really looking at each other. And this is a shot with Moses. He heard the whistle, he took the shot, and it went in.
Malone with the three-point play has 5. Kareem has 2 personals, as does Rambis for L.A. Going to the big center. Nixon right of the key. Julius the rebound. On the open court, forget it. Andrew Toney. Magic coming over. Ivaroni and Irving underneath. Malone. Ivaroni again. If there's one aspect of the game the 76ers feel that they've improved greatly on from last year when they lost to L.A. in 6 games, it's the offensive rebounding department. They feel they'll get a lot of second shots. Sixers by 5, and we'll have an L.A. foul.
Here's what Philadelphia wants to do. They want to get down and to have the fast break, take it. If not, get a chance to go to the basket before the Lakers defense has a chance to set up, because both these teams depend on a lot of helping out defensively.
Here's Bobby Jones. Despite his lowest scoring average of the year at 9 points, outstanding defensive player, and Julius Irving goes to the bench. He has scored 2 points. Personal was on Michael Cooper, his second.
And already Julius Irving has made a couple of real outstanding defensive plays.
Andrew Toney averaged nearly 20 a game in the regular season. 7-point lead for Philadelphia. They've outscored the Lakers 9-2 since the last time out. Toney is guarding Magic Johnson. We'll see a lot of people on Magic. Ivaroni on Nixon, so there's a mismatch. And Clint Richardson slaps the ball away. Good play by Richardson, and a 3-on-2 break for Philly. Off Toney. Now the Lakers. 2-on-1 against Malone. Kareem. And Moses Malone took the ball away. That's got to be discouraging, Russ.
Yeah, they had 2-on-1. They thought they had it. And it's been a 4-point play.
The 2 they didn't get, and the 2 they got with Andrew Toney. Malone broke up the 2-on-1 right here.
Now here's a good defensive play by Moses. He stops Kareem, makes him try to pass. He knocks the ball loose and comes up with it and starts up court. That's some guard, number 2.
9 in a row run off by the Sixers. And with 4:20 to go in the first period, they lead by 9.
How can a guy 5'9" have an unfair advantage over these guys? I use the Gillette Atra razor. They don't. It's got the advantage of a pivoting head. Atra is better than twin-blade razors that don't pivot. See? They don't always stay in my beard, but my Atra pivots to keep both blades on my beard longer. So I get a better shave, close, comfortable.
Get the Gillette Atra and get the Atra advantage.
Sometimes a little advantage goes a long way.
You're taking one of the most important trips of your life on $35 radial tires. How good are they? They're warranted by one of the most trusted names in America for 30,000 miles. They're Sears Guardsman steel-belted radials starting at $34.99. Radial designed for performance, steel-belted for durability and peace of mind. Just what you'd expect from Sears. Steel-belted radial confidence starting at $34.99. At Sears Tire and Auto Centers, we install confidence. Sears.
Dirt track racing. The most exciting, the most American sport on two wheels. The inspiration for an incredible new motorcycle. The Honda Ascot. Now, B-twin power and torque and racer quick handling comes off the track and onto the street. The Honda Ascot. What motorcycling was meant to be.
Relive your favorite moments at the movies with the 15 greatest hits of all time. See the cast reunions of E.T., Star Wars, and more movie blockbusters Tuesday.
Dick Stockton and Bill Russell were live at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Game 1 of the NBA World Championship. Game 2 will be Thursday night at the Spectrum, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. It is a best-of-7 series. The first team that wins 4 games will win the world title. After 2 games in Philadelphia, the scene shifts to the Forum in Los Angeles for games 3 and 4, and then they alternate sites. Sixers have not lost at home, but yet the Lakers have been an awfully good road team the last several years. In fact, 15 out of 20 the last 4 on the road.
Now, when the Lakers set up offensively, what they would like to do is either get Jamal Wilkes or Kareem a shot in the middle. If not,
here's Wilkes, and they lose the ball again. Right now, they can't get anything going because they're turning the ball over too much. And that's fatal against a team like Philadelphia.
Don't they make you pay for it every time? Good defense by Norm Nixon on Andrew Toney. Good shot by Roses.
Malone.
Now, again, as I was saying about the Lakers, what they like to do when they set up, if they can't get either Kareem or Magic, then they like to get Nixon as a relief, a safety valve.
That's the 8th turnover as Ivaroni got a piece of that ball. Andrew Toney fires it in. They're going to need Andrew Toney, who has not, mostly because of the injured thigh, really got on track shooting-wise in the playoffs. But he has 10 points so far in this game. We have 3:15 to go in the first period, and an 11-point Philadelphia lead. It's their biggest of the game. We'll call the Philadelphia foul this time, the 4th on the Sixers.
And so far this game, Dick, the Sixers' timing defensively has been just superb.
Mark Landsberger has come into the ball game for Los Angeles. Landsberger, who has not played much, in fact, the fewest minutes of his career this season. Didn't play the last 3 games against San Antonio, is in for the rebounding and defense inside. Kareem with another skyhook, his 3rd of the game. He is 3 for 3. Lakers arrived yesterday afternoon, did not practice. Coaches met last night to devise some strategy. Malone missed, and Landsberger contributes with an early board. 9-point lead. Into Kareem, knocked away. Double team on Kareem. Pass into Landsberger. Tipped up. Magic keeping it alive the best he can, and a new clock for Kareem, who hits the jumper.
You know, Kareem takes those jump shots and left-handed shots, but he only takes those to set up that skyhook.
Winding down to 2 minutes to go in the first period.
Now, what the Lakers like to do when they have a Toney one-on-one is to make him go one way so that they help out, the team defense can help him out. They can let him make up his which way he want to go, so they overplay him to one side.
7-point Philadelphia lead. And Julius getting set to come back in. Off the screen, Nixon. Cooper had to go to Landsberger inside. Landsberger is not a scorer by any means. Pat Riley thought he was fouled. Andrew Toney. And Cooper is hit over the top. It'll be a Philadelphia foul, and they'll go to the line to shoot. It's the 5th Philadelphia foul of the period.
Now, we expected Pat Riley to go to his bench early this game because he wants to give it because he's short-handed. And what he wants to do is go to the bench early and not use the guys so many minutes at a stretch, a very short burst, so that they can sort of hold the fort for a couple of minutes. They get their guys back in, and so the guys that are playing a lot will get short rest.
Lemon Johnson has come in now, so Billy Cunningham also going to his bench early. Moses Malone has 5 rebounds. He's 1 for 7 from the field thus far. And Michael Cooper is shooting. Lemon Johnson was acquired from Indiana in February, and he has been a welcome addition to the 76ers, backing up Moses Malone at center and the power forward spot. Sixer lead cut to 5, was 11 not too long ago. First period from the Spectrum, game 1 of the World Championship. Good fake by Tony. He faked out Nixon. Tony has 12 points, far and away the high score so far. Kareem is 4 for 4. The rest of the Lakers are now 3 of 16 from the field. So Kareem is a lone ranger out there for LA offensively. Under a minute to go in the first period. Tony takes it in, and it counts. What a first quarter for Andrew Toney.
The Sixers are really clicking defensively, as I said earlier, and Tony's got him off to a good start offensively. The Lakers are not quite in sync defensively up until this point.
Nixon's foul is his first. Andrew Toney has his 15th point of the first period. He is shooting 5 of 8 from the field and perfect from the line in 5 tries. Once again, Sixers are up by 10. Jones with another great defensive play. Lemon Johnson. Philadelphia couldn't ask for any more the way they're playing in this first period.
And it looks like the Lakers have got to turn this around a little bit now.
Magic on a fine feed.
That's a good way to do it, too. Getting inside. That's where you can make the shots, either that or a foul.
Final seconds. Philadelphia playing for the last shot. Nothing to complain about this period, thanks to that man, Andrew Toney. Lemon Johnson gets the offensive board. And that's the end of the period.
And the Sixers had enough shots at it.
The Lakers were hoping that they could stay with Philadelphia, maybe deflate them a little bit, but it hasn't worked out that way. It's been all Philadelphia, 30-20 after 1 period.
Racing engines run hot. STP oil treatment fights the effects of heat in racing cars. Your car runs hot, too. In everyday driving, heat weakens your oil's vital protective properties. That's motor oil breakdown. STP fights motor oil breakdown. STP strengthens your oil, putting extra lubricants and anti-wear agents to work just where they're needed. Whenever you change or add oil, get STP oil treatment and fight motor oil breakdown.
I'm a chauffeur. It's up to me to take care of the cars I drive. Armor All Protectant, my secret. I use it on the tires, the vinyl top, and inside on the dashboard and the seats. It helps keep things like new, even on this old classic. I do hope the master never sells her. They just don't make cars like they used to. Armor All. It's science, but it works like magic.
Dan Issel's family likes playing basketball almost as much as he does. Through Special Olympics, they're helping the families of mentally handicapped children teach basketball to their kids. Together, they're experiencing the joy of sports.
Families helping families. That's the spirit of Special Olympics.
Hey, no fair. I was talking. So help a special person you know join the Special Olympics family. A public service announcement of the NBA.
Start of the second period, 30-20. Philadelphia leads Los Angeles, thanks to Andrew Toney, Russ.
Yeah, one of the things that he's doing here is he goes to the hoop so strong. Now he goes here, there's Magic with the foul. Now what the Lakers have not been able to do is get their defense in sync, because what they try to do is make him go left, and then they get help when he goes left. But if they let him go right, then he's unstoppable. On the other hand, Philadelphia, defensively in the half-court game, what they wanted to do was not let the Lakers be able to swing the ball from one side of the court to the other and get their cuts in the middle. And they have been able to do this pretty effectively. They played the passing lanes just incredibly well today.
And the Lakers are going to need a lot more offense than from Kareem, who has 8 points to lead them. And similarly, the Lakers are not going to allow the Sixers to dominate the offensive board as they did in that first period, and also L.A. turnovers. But it's a new period, the second. Dwight Jones, number 13, is into the ball game for the Lakers as Michael Cooper hits the first shot. Jones was acquired from Chicago in February. He's been a spot player, and they want him for some scoring low inside as Kareem's on the bench as we start the period.
That last shot by Cooper, a shot that both teams want. That's the team that Philly wants them to shoot, and that's the one that the Lakers have to hit.
Lemon Johnson guarded by Landsberger, so 2 men off the bench, actually 3 counting Cooper in there for the Lakers. So L.A. going to their bench. The people ordinarily wouldn't have played if it weren't for McAdoo's injury. Cooper, rebound, Richardson. Landsberger is on Clement Johnson. Gets his own rebound. They're quicker to the ball, Philadelphia is so far. And an interception by Magic Johnson. Clint Richardson takes it right back. Jones the rebound for L.A. He'll give Magic the outside shot.
And he'll make it.
They hope he makes it enough times.
Oh, he'll make it.
6-point lead for Philadelphia. They have outplayed the Lakers, but only have a 6-point lead. Tony. Landsberger's crashing the boards. He didn't come down with that one, but he's a presence. Magic again. Landsberger.
And there's that one. That's the reason that they don't want Magic going from coast to coast. Even if he doesn't make it, he has a soft shot, and he comes up with a pretty easy offensive rebound.
It's a 4-point game now, and 6 in a row run off by the Lakers. Quieting down the Spectrum crowd capacity here in Philadelphia. Julius. Landsberger inside. It's tapped out to Tony. 3-point attempt by Andrew, and he is pushed.
That's really something. When you foul a guy in 3-point territory, he better be a good shooter.
That's a good percentage play. There's Jamal Wilkes. And when we come back, you'll see Moses Malone back in the game for Philadelphia.
This is one economy truck that comes with a 5-speed and radial tires standard. It's Mazda's B2000 Sundowner, the only economy truck that comes not only with a 5-speed and steel-belted radials, but tinted glass and full carpeting, all standard. And at $57.95, it's also the lowest price truck in America with all that standard equipment.
Sakes alive. Sakes alive. Sakes alive. Mazda's got the best truck value for just $57.95.
Sakes alive. On the coast, 9 to 5 can be a lot of fun. After that, it only gets better.
Welcome to Miller Time. It's all yours and it's all mine. Bring your thirsty self right here. The rich, smooth taste of Miller beer is what you have in mind. So welcome to Miller Time.
Welcome to the rich, smooth taste of Miller High Life.
Baseball star Jim Palmer.
I hate dandruff.
Can Tegrin control Jim Palmer's dandruff for 3 days without shampooing?
3 days?
Tegrin test, day 1.
Beautiful, so far.
Day 2.
Tegrin's still working. Good thing it's almost airtime.
Day 3.
Tegrin controlled my dandruff 3 days.
Jim Palmer, looking good.
Try Tegrin. It passed the 3-day test.
Tegrin works day after day after day.
Some say they're the fastest greens on the PGA Tour.
I'm Jack Nicklaus. Join me at the Memorial on CBS.
We're back in Philadelphia, 9:53 to go in the second period. Bob McAdoo, who was a hero for the Lakers last year in the championship against Philadelphia, has a pulled thigh muscle. They hope he can play Thursday. He is so important to the Lakers coming off the bench. They have really just 7 people, and now that Michael Cooper is on the bench with 3 personal fouls replaced by Wilkes, L.A. really has to depend on the Landsbergers and the Dwight Jones and the Clay Johnson so far. Keep in mind that James Worthy, their sensational rookie, has been out with a broken leg.
And as we noticed Friday night, Magic Johnson played 48 minutes. And he'll get a lot of minutes again today, but he's so young, he doesn't know the difference.
Probably wants to play 48.
And overtime.
Andrew Toney, 15 points. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the bench. He has 2 personal fouls and has scored 8 points. He really got to work out for Martis Gilmore and scored 30 in 2 of those San Antonio games.
Now on the Lakers, foul trouble for them now is crucial because they've only got really 6 of the guys that they normally play, and they can't afford to have any of those guys in foul trouble.
Jamal Wilkes from outside. He has had good success against Philadelphia, just as Toney has had against Los Angeles. He plays his best in the big games. It'll be an L.A. foul away from the ball.
Now here's Landsberg and Malone. And good acting by Moses, because I know there's no way that Landsberg could push him that hard. But that's part of the game, is learn how to act.
Foul was on Landsberger, his first. Irving looking for Moses. Moses Malone, the offensive board. There he goes. He's made his living on that. Billy Cunningham is upset anyway.
Now,
Wilkes. Malone the rebound. And it's turned over to L.A.
On that last rebound, Landsberger had screened him out, but you can't just screen Moses out. After you screen, you have to keep the contact, even after ball shots. You can't screen and then go for the ball.
Inside, Dwight Jones. And Magic Johnson with the offensive board gets the basket and the foul as well. And so we have seen contributions from both Dwight Jones and Landsberger so far in this game.
Yes, because Dwight Jones kept that alive. And Magic, 2 or 3 times up there, Magic, he'll find a way to get to it.
We talked about Cooper on the bench with 3 fouls for the Lakers. Well, Clint Richardson, the 3rd guard for Philadelphia, has also picked up his 3rd. And Andrew Toney, who was out a short while, will be coming on back. So it's a 3-point game, the closest the Lakers have been in a while, with 8:45 remaining in the first half.
And as the season progresses, it gets better and better teams. Clint Richardson is becoming more and more important factor in the Philadelphia scheme of things.
Malone tearing it away, trying, is Dwight Jones. 5 on the shot clock. Julius. Rebound Landsberger, took it away from Wilkes. And now L.A. can come within 1 point. 4 rebounds so far for Mark Landsberger, who gets his own rebound and is fouled. So Mark Landsberger, who, if you remember, back in 1980, and Brent Musburger, I'm sure, remembers it because he broadcast that championship round. Landsberger had a big contribution for the Lakers in their victory over the Sixers then. Kareem will be coming back.
Landsberger hasn't played much, but he's doing his job so far today. He's getting there. He's keeping contact with Moses when he can. And he's pounding the boards. And he's made 2 free throws, and that's a real plus. He's not normally a real good shooter.
Either from the line or from the field. It's a 1-point game. Philadelphia's lead at 1.12 has been shaved to a single digit as Toney tries to fight through Wilkes. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Wilkes is all over Toney, and they're going to call it on Jamal. 13th foul on Los Angeles, and Jamal Wilkes picks up his 2nd.
And you know that Jamal Wilkes is one of the more underrated defensive players. And he plays good, sound defense. In other words, he has good position always defensively.
Kareem comes back in the game, and Landsberger has done a whale of a job in the brief time he's been in there. 4 points and 5 boards for the former Arizona State player.
And you have an unusual situation. You have Jamal Wilkes guarding Andrew Toney now.
And Max Magic Johnson on Julius Erving. Curry goes in. Kareem blocks it. Loose ball. Here comes Norm Nixon. It's a 4-on-2 break for the Lakers. And Dwight Jones.
And both of these teams like to score off of good defensive plays.
That was a foul on Philadelphia. Crowd thought it was a block.
Now here's the play. Here comes Dwight Jones, and there is the foul right there on the arm.
Julius. First personal on the doctor, Julius Erving, one of the classiest athletes ever in the NBA.
Or any sport.
Dwight Jones.
Or any profession.
All true. 10-year veteran from Houston, Pat Riley, along with Billy Cunningham, two of the best young coaches in the game. This is the vote. L.A. has outscored the Sixers 15-4 since Philadelphia had that 12-point lead. Rebound by Magic. Pushes it up with 7:20 remaining in the first half. Trying to take the lead and no basket. An offensive foul called against Magic Johnson. That could have put the Lakers in front.
Now we'll see this coast to coast, and we'll see where the foul. The referee called him for swinging his left arm on the shot. It goes through here.
Second foul on Magic. The fast break points so far heavily favoring Philadelphia. A lot of that on the turnovers early by the Lakers. So Philadelphia has the ball and the 1-point lead under 7 minutes. 7:09 remaining. Julius misses. His own rebound and a big basket. Erving drew the charge at one end and got the basket on a follow-up at the other end. Rambis is fouled. Kurt Rambis is fouled inside, and the Lakers are starting to penetrate in there.
And one thing you learn playing in the playoffs, when you get around the basket, you learn to give fakes because there are shot blockers all over the building.
That's the first foul on Moses Malone, and 6:48 remain in the first half.
Experience the 1983 Mazda GLC sedan.
Experience.
A luxurious front-wheel drive economy car with contoured bucket seats, 5-speed overdrive, versatile split fold-down rear seats, and almost unbelievable trunk space.
Experience.
GLC sedan. Its performance is unexpected, but its value is just what you've come to expect from Mazda. The more you look, the more you like the Mazda Experience.
Mr. McEnroe, that's a very close shave.
You must be joking. That ball was in.
No, Mr. McEnroe, your shave. It's very close.
Of course. I shave with Bic.
You earn millions and shave with a 20-cent Bic?
Look, why pay more for fancy handles and tricky tops when I get lots of close shaves with Bic?
Advantage McEnroe.
He's right. I don't have to shave with a 20-cent Bic. But I do.
The first bank to bring you banking convenience across the American West now brings you banking convenience across the Pacific, because First Interstate Bank is now in Hawaii, so you can cash a check or get instant cash almost anywhere, from Diamond Head at Waikiki to the beaches of Maui. Isn't that a nice arrangement from First Interstate Bank, where banking across the West and now across the Pacific comes with the territory?
Game 2 of the NBA Championship. The world champion Los Angeles Lakers duel the Philadelphia 76ers Thursday night on CBS Sports.
As Brent mentioned at the top, this is the third time in 4 years that the Lakers and Sixers have battled for the title, and the Lakers have won the previous battles in 6 games, including last year. Of course, in 1980, Kareem was on the bench and Magic had 42 points and Wilkes 37 in that 6th game. It's Magic you want to call a doctor. They came prepared. Keep in mind, though, that in the last 9 series the Lakers have been in, they have won their first road game on each occasion. Trying to extend it today. Julius Erving, 33 years old, MVP of the All-Star game. But here's Kurt Rambis.
Dick, you know what I've noticed in talking with the coaches and things and getting prepared for this series, I think this is the first series that either team has made some changes, subtle changes, that are conceding something.
For example?
Well, for example, they want the guys that go away from, in some cases, what they normally do. They want Magic to score more, for example, to shoot more, to be more offensive in terms of just shooting.
And Philly? Bobby Jones, pass into Moses Malone. He hasn't shot that well so far. In fact, neither team has. Philadelphia is shooting 3 for 13 this period. L.A. is shooting about 39% for the game.
And if it's possible, I think the Sixers want Andrew Toney shooting more.
Wilkes from the corner. I think that's true, and he scored 15 in the first period, 15 of the 17.
And normally the Philadelphia defense, they like to make the guy shoot the outside shot, but with Norm Nixon, they don't want to do that.
Malone inside. Malone cutting around, gets position, and Kareem, no way he can handle getting a pass there by Moses. So it's a 3-point lead again.
And once he gets Moses shot, now he has pretty much has conceded because he didn't want to get that third foul.
There's Kareem coming in, and Rambis fights for the loose ball. Blocked by Bobby Jones. And look at Rambis. He lost it, but Rambis really battled his way inside. It's Philadelphia ball, however. Closest the Lakers have been, 38-37, just a few seconds ago. Bobby Jones, baseline. Rambis is fouled on the loose ball, and that'll be the...
They call him Julius.
It's on Julius, and it is the second foul on Julius Erving. Watch Rambis hustle. He ended up losing the ball, but he almost made things happen here, Russ.
Yes, now he passes it. Kareem misses the shot, bounces off. He goes up and gets it. Tries another shot. Bobby Jones blocks it, and he goes after loose ball. Just can't quite come up with it.
Great story last year. The free agent rookie who was cut by the New York Knicks, went to Greece, played in the LA Summer League, had a tryout with the Lakers, and ended up starting for the world champions in his second year from Santa Clara. Philadelphia in the penalty, and Rambis will try to bring the Lakers to within a point again. 5:28 to go, first half.
1-point ball game.
Sixers were up by 12. Lakers getting good play from their bench. Rebound, Philadelphia, Bobby Jones, Julius Erving, second shot, and he'll go to the line.
And this is the one thing that the Lakers can't afford to have, is having Philadelphia, which is one of the best rebounding teams in basketball, gets as many shots on the offensive board.
That's 3 personal fouls on Magic Johnson. So with Cooper and Magic Johnson with 3 fouls, and Rambis, Wilkes, and Kareem with 2, L.A. continues to ride that thin line of foul trouble.
Because these guys have to change their game just slightly when they get into foul trouble. They know they can't afford to get another foul the first half. None of them.
Magic goes out of the game, and Kareem comes back in, and Clay Johnson is into the ball game for Los Angeles. He had played briefly against San Antonio the other night, and he had a key rebound. Philadelphia has not missed a free throw in 12 tries. L.A. 11 to 13.
What the Lakers want to do here is swing the ball around and see if they can end up with the ball inside.
They double team Kareem. Nixon, top of the key. Moses Malone just snared it away. 8th rebound for Malone. Open court, Julius. Bobby Jones. Have they ever worked together in the past? 5-point lead again by Philadelphia, and coming right back in the basket by Norm Nixon. No good, and he'll go to the line. There's a Philadelphia foul.
Dick, that's what both these teams do to you. You make a great play, and before you get a chance to enjoy it, they're at the other basket. And that was a great play by Norm Nixon, going right down the middle.
No one doubts that this series promises to be a racehorse end-to-end series. Philadelphia glad to be in it in a running game after seeing the Knicks and Milwaukee try to change the tempo on it. There's the shooting this period. 44 to 42. The basket did count by Norm Nixon, so it was a three-point play by Norm. Loop it into Irving, and a foul before.
You know, 2 years ago, Clay Johnson was playing in the CBA. And now he's guarding Julius Irving in the championship finals. That's quite a change.
You got several people, Kurt Rambis, Mark Ivaroni, Clay Johnson, all of a sudden in the big show. That's the 15th foul against Los Angeles, and the foul is on Clay Johnson, his first. So Julius for 2. First miss of the day for Philadelphia from the line. 4:20 to go and running. Lakers trail by 3.
Now, what the Lakers would like to do is just stay close at the first half, because with the foul trouble and the short bench, if they can just stay close and keep it getting out of hand, they'll be in good shape.
Clay Johnson drives in nicely. He can really leap high, as we saw against San Antonio with one of his rebounds.
And one of those great passes by Kareem. He's a great passer for assists, as I said in one of the games before.
Irving.
Not only is he a great pass, but he makes the guy pass the guys to make baskets off of.
As you pointed out, some people just pass to get rid of the ball. Other people pass to create something. And Julius and Kareem have done that. Irving has 2 personal fouls, 3 of 11 from the field for Julius. He has 9 points, second and third in scoring on Philly. Whistle. Illegal defense called against Philadelphia. That's a warning. The second time will result in a technical foul.
And that's one of the reasons the Sixers don't like the Lakers to be able to swing their ball around. If they can swing their ball around, they expose the double teams and the illegal defenses, because the guys have to move too much out of position to keep them getting the zone defense called on them, or illegal defense.
Well, Russ, you said you wanted L.A., if they were going to hang in there, to stay close in the first half with their foul troubles and injuries, and they have.
If they can keep this up, they'll be in pretty good shape to make a run for it the second half.
Experience the 1983 Mazda RX-7.
Experience.
An outstanding sports car value. Experience the RX-7's high level of standard equipment, including new contoured bucket seats, full instrumentation, and 5-speed overdrive.
Experience.
Mazda RX-7, an exceptional performer.
Experience.
And an exceptional sports car value. The more you look, the more you like the Mazda Experience.
I know I don't look it, but I have sensitive skin.
So do I.
I have it too. Every time I shave, I get scraped right here.
I feel it right here.
Here's where I feel it.
That's why I use Aftershave Skin Conditioner. After's different. It's a rich lotion.
Hey, let me try that.
It soothes razor scrape sensitive skin.
Feels nice.
Smells good, too.
Hey, give me back my After.
Sensible care for sensitive skin. Aftershave Skin Conditioner.
By Menon.
Got one daughter in college and one getting married. And the last thing I need right now is to buy a new car. So every now and then I take the old Datsun down to Midas. Over the years, I've been to Midas for struts, brakes, a muffler, and I've always gotten a good deal. Oh, I'll treat myself to a new car one day. But right now, I've got other things I'd rather spend my money on.
Trust the Midas touch.
Coming up at the half, I'll be here with the coach, Kevin Lockery. We'll analyze what's gone on and project into the second half. We also have some very special features for you. We are going to be taking a look at the graduate, Ralph Sampson, who will be coaching him at Houston. Also, the voice of the Philadelphia 76ers, Dave Zinkoff. And Pat O'Brien is with us, and he has something for you. Pat? And Pat will be along to
Thank you, Brent. You know, as you look at the Lakers there, you wonder if they can repeat as world champions. The fact is, nobody in the NBA has repeated since the 1960s, unlike football, baseball, and hockey. We'll explore that. And Dick and Russ, I think you'll enjoy it.
Sure we will, Pat. Thank you very much. Brent and Kevin doing a fine job in the series they covered in the playoffs leading up to this championship series. Looking forward to them at halftime. 3:31 remaining in the first half. 47-44, Sixers lead. And they call steps on Kareem as he backed into Moses.
Well, he took the 2 steps before he made the dribble, and that's sometimes a problem when you're tall.
They also call it on the short people up there. Maurice Teese looking for an opening. Nixon winds up with it. And a chance for L.A. to come within one again. They have not been able to crack the lead in this game. Inside, Clay Johnson with his second basket in there. You talked the other night about a player that the other club hasn't seen, how a surprise he could be.
Also, you haven't seen him as you put him in the game as a coach, but yes, he's a surprise because they don't know that much about him, although both these teams have been over-scouted.
Not well, but over. Malone is doubled by Rambis and Kareem. And Rambis, they did their job. Get it out to Nixon. Under 3 minutes to go, and a chance for the Lakers to take their first lead of the game. Nixon, and a good save by Clay Johnson, and Jamal Wilkes puts the Lakers in front on Clay Johnson's great save to Wilkes. First lead of the ball game. Winding down to 2.5 to go in the first two periods. Malone takes matters into his own hands and gives Philly the lead again.
Kareem cannot go after that shot because he doesn't want to get that other foul this quarter. What he has to do is not let Moses get so deep, though. He has, although that's not easy. That's a lot easier to say than it is to do. I can tell you that.
49-48. Philadelphia in front. The skyhook puts L.A. in front. So Moses Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play the seesaw game here. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Steal by Clay Johnson. What a play by Johnson. Rambis behind him, Nixon, and Norman loses it to Cheeks. Here's Mo. I meant Mo Cheeks, but it was Mo Malone who put the punctuation mark on, and Philadelphia is in front again. Nixon goes in. Now they go back and forth. And L.A. to this point is accomplishing what they set out to do, though they were down by 12. And that is that they refused to wilt, despite the fact that they played that 6th game Friday in San Antonio. Sixers know they're in a ball game. Had a hunch they always did. Jones missed it on a good feed from Irving, but he had the good feed. Lakers by 1. Rambis all alone. Foul by Tony.
Good foul. He hit him hard enough so that he couldn't make the shot and says, okay, make the free throws. So a lot of guys are fouled doing that and not foul hard enough, and the guy can make the shot and has a chance for 3-pointers. This time it's more likely to be 1.
First personal on Andrew. Both teams have been in the penalty, and here's Kurt Rambis again, who has not been a good free throw shooter in his brief career. 61% in the playoffs.
But so far today, he's been making them. I think he's made 4 in a row.
Now he's getting so proficient that he's getting the bounces. 5 of 5 for Kurt Rambis. And the Lakers already with their biggest lead can stretch it. (53-51), under a minute to go. We're going to go into the dressing rooms awfully even in this ball game. Cunningham is claiming that Rambis is not guarding anyone, that there should be an illegal defense call. They double team Malone. Julius. One shot. It was not in the act of shooting, and the foul against L.A. Billy Cunningham
is trying to talk to the referee, and the referee is not supposed to talk to him.
I was going to say that Billy's calmed down a lot in the last couple of years, but he's shown no evidences of that so far. Wilkes has committed his 3rd personal foul, and now we're going to see an old face at the Spectrum come on in for the Lakers. Here is Steve Mix, who is an ex-Sixer, played in Milwaukee, picked up by the Lakers in April, 14-year veteran, gets a hand. And in the championship series for the 2nd year in a row with 2 different teams. He's playing his cards right.
Right, and now he's with the Lakers. He's hoping the other team wins this year.
Franklin Edwards in the game as the 4th guard. Misses. And here's Norm Nixon with 40 seconds to go, and the Lakers leading by a point. Pat Riley calls the play. And now they want a 20-second timeout. L.A. calls a 20-second. So the Lakers showing things that they haven't shown in the playoffs. That Steve Mix, who's the 3rd oldest player in the league, by the way, in there. Dwight Jones, Mark Landsberger, Clay Johnson, and Jones, Johnson, and Landsberger have all made contributions, Russ.
And what Riley has tried to do is take, as I said earlier, take these guys in and put them in a couple of minutes, not very long, and just hold the fort. And then he's getting outside shooting from Norm Nixon. Now, with the Philadelphia defense, the way it's set up, that shot for Nixon would normally be open. But that's one of the concessions that Philadelphia's made, in that they don't leave that guy open for that shot.
What has brought Los Angeles back in this game, and what's Philadelphia doing that's not the way they were doing earlier?
Well, at the first quarter, I think Philadelphia played as good a team defense as you could possibly play at this level. And it led up just a little bit.
Landsberger in the game. Landsberger, Rampus, Mix, Nixon, and Clay Johnson. That's a 5 you never expected to see in this series. Landsberger with a fake, blocked by Malone, and Clay Johnson has his shot blocked by Malone. Moses blocks the pair, and here comes Franklin Edwards. He'll go to the line.
That'll stop you from making field goals. Now, that's a great defensive sequence. Now, there's a pass into Landsberger. Good pass. He has it there. Gets a shot. Moses gets it. Clay Johnson gets it. And Moses gets another one.
His first block shots of the game, and Franklin Edwards, second-year guard from Cleveland State, who played considerably more time this year than last. There's a chance to put Philadelphia back in front.
And Los Angeles has gone down the stretch without Magic,
Wilkes,
and Kareem is not in the game.
And Wilkes.
So they're they have to think they're in pretty good shape to be this close and go in the second half with their undermanned squad. It's undermanned in terms of numerical numbers, but the way the guys are able to play, like Cooper, Magic, and Clay Johnson, are able to play different positions. They're not as undermanned as it would seem.
So the Philadelphia 76ers on our 6th lead change have the lead, and the Lakers playing for the last shot. Norm Nixon fires away and hits with 5 seconds. Long pass down court, out of bounds, and the Lakers have a second. It's L.A. ball. Madden and Ed Rush pointed the other way. So now they're meeting at midcourt.
See, if nobody touched the ball goes where the pass was thrown from.
So L.A. now can get another shot because I don't think anyone touched it.
I think the two of them touched it at the other end. Let's see. On a long pass. Now he throws the long pass, and there's the ball. No, maybe no one touched it. And Madden is right. If no one touched it, that the ball goes from where the original pass came from, not where it landed.
So there's 1 second to go, and the Lakers calling the timeout to try to set up a shot. Scorers in the ball game for the Lakers: Kareem and Jamal Wilkes each with 10. Nixon and Magic Johnson each with 9. Andrew Toney scored 15 first quarter points. He has 17. Malone 15 and Julius Erving 10. 1 second to go. Loop it in. Clay Johnson, the basket counts. They did the Koopa loop Clay Johnson style, and the Lakers have to be feeling very good about themselves. They have their biggest lead here at the half.
Now here's that pass, and there's Clay Johnson up and in, and they have to feel pretty good about the situation they're in because they have got great help from their bench.
They sure have. The Lakers lead it 57-54. We'll be back with Brent Musburger at halftime in just a moment.
I once rolled a log off a 100-foot waterfall, came up standing, and popped myself open a cold light beer from Miller.
Ah, you lumberjacks. Well, one time a big-mouth bass pulled me up a waterfall. That's when you appreciate light beer, because it's less filling.
Yeah, but it was the thought of light's great taste that kept me going when I was cutting timber in the Great Sahara Forest.
Wait a minute. Sahara's the desert.
It is now.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
No, speaking of forest, remember that time?
There's new Fire from Firestone. At the 24 Hours of Daytona Road Racing Classic, Firestone introduced its S660 European speed-rated street radial in world-class style, winning the GTU class ahead of every other tire, including tires made just for racing. The S660 from Firestone, a winner in conditions tougher than you'd ever want to face on the highway. The S660, new Fire from Firestone, where our proof is in performance.
When a business grows, it often grows out of control. Simple procedures become gigantic problems. Things like billing, filing, and shipping. become too big to handle the old way. Why not get one of IBM's low-cost small computers like DataMaster? It puts you back in control, and it can grow
Here's to a great future.
as your business grows.
You know, repairs cost so much. It's terrific you're trying to be handy.
What do you mean trying? Peerless makes it easy to be handy. I'm going to hook up this do-it-yourself Peerless faucet, and these are the only tools I'm going to use. Watch. Just insert the flexible copper tubing and turn the special tightener by hand. Bend the tubing by hand, then snap the quick connectors by hand. No tools, and it's finished in a snap.
Water!
And making it easy to be handy, Peerless is peerless.
At the half of this first game of the NBA World Championship Series, the Los Angeles Lakers lead the Philadelphia 76ers 57-54. And what a fine job of manipulating a tired bench Pat Riley did for the Lakers, especially down the stretch in the second period. We'll talk more to Kevin Lockery about that. But you know, when you think about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Moses Malone, how about Ralph Sampson? Will he someday be in a championship series? Ralph, of course, will be signing soon with the Houston Rockets. And today he graduated from the School of Communications at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, Virginia. The man who will sign Ralph to that contract in Houston, the team's owner, Charlie Thomas, he has said that he will trade the third pick in the draft to the highest bidder. Signing Sampson is not Thomas's only task. He also needs a coach. The man he has offered the job to is Tommy Heinsohn, the former boss of the Boston Celtics. Tommy said, "I'd love to. Just come up with a little bit more Texas green, and I'll be there." You know, it has been 13 years since a team repeated as champions here in the NBA. The Lakers are trying to duplicate the feat of the Boston Celtics. And to tell us why it is so tough to come back, let's go to Pat O'Brien.
Thank you, Brent. You know, you're right. We don't hear the word dynasty too much anymore for a variety of reasons. It's been somehow very difficult, even for the best teams, even for the guys with the world championship rings and attitudes, to put it all together again. Now, we're not saying it hasn't been done, because it has. But unlike baseball, football, and hockey, repeating championships has been almost foreign to this sport of professional basketball.
Gretzky shoots it from center ice. 1 second, it's all over. The New York Islanders have won their 4th Stanley Cup championship in a row.
This week, the New York Islanders made it 4 in a row, almost making it look easy to be repeat champions. The 3rd team in the history of the NHL to win 4 straight Stanley Cups. Football has had 3 teams to win back-to-back Super Bowls. The Miami Dolphins, led by Bob Greasy, went undefeated in 1973 and won the title again the next year.
I remember Shula coining the phrase back-to-back. And after we went through the whole year, 7 months later, and we got our rings about 10 months later, back-to-back was on the side of the ring.
And with the help of Reggie Jackson's bat, baseball has seen 3 repeaters. 2 of those teams, Reggie's Oakland A's and the New York Yankees.
There's only one thing that fulfills a professional athlete if he's a winner, and that's winning it all. And when you take that approach, that nothing else can get in the way at that particular time, that is the fella that has the ability to repeat.
Which brings us to basketball. The NBA hasn't had a repeater in more than a dozen years. Not the Knicks with Willis Reed and Walt Frazier. Not the Bucks with Oscar Robertson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not the Lakers with Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain. Indeed, the last NBA club to win consecutive world championships was the Boston Celtics in the late 60s. Under Bill Russell, it was an unusually close-knit group which totally dominated the game, winning 11 of 13 titles, 8 in a row.
The Celtics never made trades. You got to think about that. They never made trades. They went with what they had, and they won with what they had.
By keeping the group together and the same people around for a long period of time who were proven winners, they continued winning championships.
Times have changed since those glory days of the Celtics. Now it seems one person can dominate. Free agents like Moses Malone can transform pretenders into contenders within a season. making the difference between coming up short or taking home the title.
With the free agency that we have now, teams are able to acquire that one player that can really put them over the hill. I think Philadelphia's a good example. They were very close. They picked up Moses Malone, and now they're the best team in basketball.
Well, if they are the best, they're up against a team that, like those glory Celtics, are also champions and also closely knit, who also feel they have a date with destiny.
I think the Lakers want to make history, and we realize that right now is a rendezvous with history. And if we can hold together and come with our best basketball, we'll have to be considered as one of the greatest basketball teams of all time.
Of course, this year, the Philadelphia 76ers feel they have the greatest team in basketball. In fact, Julius Erving told me the other day, he thinks, as Reggie Jackson put it, they have the ability to put it together this year, next year, and maybe even the next year. Now, it's a prediction, of course, any gifted athlete would make going into the playoffs or a World Championship Series. But rather than sit here and try to figure it out anymore, we'll leave it up to the Lakers and the 76ers to solve the dilemma of back-to-back championships. Now, it's not actually back-to-back. Let's go up to Brent and Kevin, who are side by side.
Thank you, Pat. Kevin, any thoughts on why it's so tough to repeat in the NBA?
Well, Brett, because of the free agency, it's tough to keep the team together for a long time. Players move around, and now the great players move around. The old days, they never move around much.
All right, the Lakers are trying to do just that with the same cast that they had a year ago. But remember, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar becomes a free agent at the end of this season. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station.
Tuesday, a special movie with the cast of Guiding Light. James Ferrantino is a doctor performing experiments that lead to murder. Lauren Hutton's got the proof. You will die, Kath. The cradle will fall.
This is CBS.
Yesterday's engines didn't have to work hard to power the average car. Today's smaller engines don't have it so easy. They rev higher and work harder. That's why there's Castrol. Even at high revs, Castrol doesn't suffer a significant loss of viscosity. And that's important. Because if you make things too hard on your engine could make things hard on you. Castrol, engineered for smaller cars.
Castrol GTX on sale at Orchard Supply hardware stores.
Here's good news about Exxon gasoline. Now you have a choice of how you buy it. If you pay cash at participating Exxon stations, you'll get a discount because cash transactions are less costly. But if you prefer the convenience of buying on credit, your Exxon credit card is welcome as always. Either way, the quality of the gasoline is the same. Exxon, quality you can count on.
If you'd like to find a better way to fly on business, TWA has news for you. On most airlines, you don't have the comfort of a special business section. But on every TWA wide body, you'll find wider seats and fewer of them in TWA's Ambassador class. It's only $10 to $30 more than coach, and it's roomy and comfortable.
Even if you're next to someone as big as I am. You are.
You're gonna like us, TWA.
Crimes Against Children, Monday at 11.
We are at the half with the Lakers leading the 76ers by 3. And Kevin, after that tough game Friday night, the Lakers flew in here yesterday. They did not have much practice time, but they rented a ballroom this morning in the hotel. What was your friend Pat Riley up to?
Well, Pat really has made a decision to make Dr. J shoot from the outside. They went over this at the hotel. Make him hit the jump shot. Don't let him drive to the basket where he's so tough, and he also could create that way.
Well, let's take a look at exactly what Kevin Lockery is pointing out here. Again, isolated action on the doctor as he's trying to work against this Laker defense.
Magic Johnson is playing Dr. J, and he's giving them the shot right there. Doc is forcing it in. He wants to go to the basket, takes the shot, misses it. His great ability enables him to get the ball back and finish off the play. But they'll give him the outside shot. He's only 3 for 11 in the first half.
Now, Kevin, Billy Cunningham can adjust to that strategy in what manner? What does that do for the 76ers?
Well, the 76ers really have to get the ball into Moses Malone, the big fella. Make him create the foul trouble on the Lakers, which they already have. Keep the ball inside because Doc really doesn't like to shoot the outside shot.
All right, let's take a look now at Moses Malone operating inside.
Moses is playing against Mark Landsberger. Pat Riley's done a good job manipulating his bench, players that haven't played a lot. This is a strong man to be keeping off the boards. Landberger is a tough player. Moses goes up, gets it up, and slam dunks it or brings it up strong to finish off the play.
You know, we have two delightful men coaching these teams, Pat and Billy C. How will they match up? How do they compare and how are they different as coaches, Kevin?
Brent, they're two young coaches that really have come from the players' ranks right into the coaching business, and they're very, very well prepared. The players respect them. One thing I like about both of them, they prepare extremely hard on defense. They both are offensive players when they're playing pro ball. They differ a little bit. I think Pat Riley would really like to set a real fast pace. Billy C. is content with playing a half-court game and waiting for Moses to come down.
As you know, there's a lot of personality in this arena, and it stems from one man who is probably one of the most recognizable voices in all of sport. As for Julius Erving of the 76ers, he simply calls Dave Zinkoff the main man in Philly. Who is the man in Philadelphia sports today? Not Moses Malone, not Mike Schmidt either, nor Bobby Clark. It's not even Julius Erving, but the doc knows who it is.
You know, they could say Julius Erving, they could say other athletes, they could say other politicians, businessmen, or whatever, but Zink is the man in Philadelphia.
Zink is Dave Zinkoff, the superstar of stadium announcers, and perhaps the only man in the world who can turn a no-smoking announcement into a proclamation.
For the sake of our players, our officials, our fourth estate, as well as your non-smoking neighbor, we thank you for not smoking.
Zink started in 1935, and although his style quickly caught on, he knows it's not for everyone.
Your humor will do you no good if your superior frowns on it. Happily, Eddie Godley put the stamp of approval, and then for 20 years I was the manager of the Harlem Globetrotters, and Abe Saperstein went for anything with a touch of humor.
And here is Zink showing us a touch of humor as Dr. J comes for a slammer. Still going strong at the age of 73. Well, we've given Dick Stockton and Bill Russell a time to catch their breath, get themselves a drink, and we'll be back to find out how they view the second half as the NBA World Championship continues on CBS.
Nobody takes shots at second best, but it seems everybody takes shots at the Sony Trinitron, because nobody else has the patented Trinitron system with just one gun and one large lens. Nobody else has a system with a picture so extraordinary it can't be duplicated. And nobody else has won an Emmy for their picture. So try as they may, their shots just don't stick.
You're about to see a breakthrough in color photography. Pictures taken by the light of a single candle. Kodak introduces the most light-sensitive color print film in the world. A new 35mm film so sensitive, it captures the color of my eyes and the blush of my cheek. A film so sensitive it almost sees in the dark. New Kodacolor VR 1000 film from Kodak.
Come close, closer, even closer, and see the clear advantage of Rise Super Gel over the leading foam. Super Gel moisturizes better because it softens faster. A clear advantage. To get the moisturizers in this much Super Gel, you need all this foam. For a clear advantage, Super Gel lubricates better, softens faster. For a super smooth shave, the leading foam can't beat. So come close, closer, even closer. Get the clear advantage of Rise Super Gel.
I try to raise the score as high as I can because in this game, the highest score wins. However, this is one place where a high score could make you a loser, your blood pressure. I'm Marcus Johnson for the American Heart Association. Did you know that high blood pressure was a major risk factor in both stroke and heart attack? Get your blood pressure checked regularly, and if it's high, then follow your doctor's advice. We don't want you to become a loser.
The preceding message has been furnished as a public service by the National Basketball Association.
We're We're back here at halftime. NBA's first game of the World Championship with Los Angeles leading Philadelphia 57-54. Taking a look at the significant stats in the first half. Field goal percentage low for both sides, but LA led the league in field goal percentage. Kareem is their best shooter so far. In bench scoring, a surprise, especially with Cooper with foul trouble and McAdoo out, yet LA has outscored Philadelphia's bench 14-6. In the rebounding story, another surprise. Philadelphia the best rebounding team in the NBA, but Los Angeles has the edge by 4. Turnovers. It hurt LA early. They have to avoid too many of them because the Sixers will burn them on the fast break with that. And the leading scorers, Wilkes and Abdul-Jabbar, each with 10. Andrew Toney 17. He had 15 in the first period, and Moses Malone also has 15. Bill Russell, absent from the people we've talked about, is a man who has had a sensational playoff and has become a scorer. Maurice Cheeks has averaged nearly 17 points a game in the playoffs. He has been open, has been scoring, a big threat. He has only 2 points so far. Obviously, that has to change in the second half for Philly.
Yes, they went to the bench and brought Clint Richardson in very early in the game, because usually you expect him to go with Maurice Cheeks most of the first half. But what happened, I think, the Sixers came out very emotional, which is a little unusual for this team because it's a veteran team and knows what they're doing. And they got off to a good start, and then I think they let up. But the Lakers defense was good, and the Sixers good. But the Lakers didn't improve defensively, but the Sixers, I think, let off or backed off a little bit defensively.
Second half, what do you expect?
Well, I expect that the game will start off a little more even. I don't think one team will run up in the hide, and I think it'll be a close game the rest of the way.
LA with the ball. 8 players at 4 or more points. Better distribution than Philadelphia when Tony Malone and Irving had 42 of their 54 points. And Magic Johnson, given the outside shot, hits the outside shot. And it's a 5-point lead now. Biggest lead for the Lakers. Big basket right at the half with Klay Johnson tipping in an alley-oop.
Now, both teams want to force the other team to go into their half-court offense so they can get help out, because both teams are just extremely dangerous on the open court. It's hard to decide which one is most dangerous.
Julius doubled. Tony over Wilkes. Kareem knocks it out, and Jamal Wilkes, who has 3 personal fouls, as does Magic Johnson. Johnson has his shot blocked by Julius Irving, and Ivaroni has it. Good play by the doctor.
He's been actually superb defense today. He must have blocked 3 or 4 shots already.
Cheeks trying to get going. They want him to get off, and Mo Cheeks hits his first shot of the period.
If Maurice Cheeks gets off defensively and offensively, they are a different team.
Jamal Wilkes and Ivaroni gets the bounce off the rim, and here comes Philadelphia with a chance to move to within 1, and they do. Pass comes right up in a hurry. They don't waste much time, do they? Kareem.
You make a good play, and before you land, the other guys are shooting.
Don't turn your heads if you're watching this game in this series, because you're going to miss at least a basket, maybe more. A little more than a minute and a half going by, third period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell from the Spectrum. Cheeks blocked from behind by Magic. 3 seconds for Tony, and Cheeks inside the 3-point territory. Malone wins the fight and draws the foul. Good offensive rebound by Malone, but let's look at the doc on defense. You've been talking about him.
Now here's Magic. He thinks he's home free. He's got to think that. He puts it up, and there's the doctor. And Ivaroni comes up with the loose ball.
Well, you got to get the ball to Magic in a hurry because Julius will be flying in. Foul is on Kareem. That was his 3rd personal foul. So Abdul-Jabbar, Wilkes, and Cooper, and Magic Johnson. 4 Lakers have 3 personal fouls.
And this has to change the way they play defense, especially because they can't get that 4th foul on those guys in the 3rd quarter if they can avoid it.
LA trailed at 12 points at one time. Took their first lead at 48-47. Several lead changes toward the end of the half. Kareem. Rambis couldn't hold it. It was a fine pass from Kareem, and Rambis lost it. Doc. Cheeks. No basket. Offensive foul on Mo Cheeks. That's his 3rd.
Well, shot blockers will make you do funny things underneath the basket. Make you forget the ball, because they make you look. You have to think under there.
Did you make people do funny things?
I thought they were funny.
We have a timeout. It's 61-60. L.A. with that 1-point lead.
All right, maybe I wasn't the greatest player of all time, but fans, they forgive and forget. When I go in here, they'll be buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller.
You, Bob Uecker?
Yeah, how you doing? These fans, I love them. They know us ex-big leaguers drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Well, can't keep the gang waiting. The fans are always joking.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Wow, they're having a good time in there.
Honda introduces the Red Line Super Sale. Now, while they last, you can buy the Honda you thought was gone at a price you may never see again. Brand new Hondas, equipped with brand new prices. You can get one now, but hurry. With deals like these, it won't be long before they disappear.
I've got an unfair advantage over these guys. My looks? Are you kidding? I've got the Gillette Atra. They don't. It's got the advantage of a pivoting head. Atra's better than twin blade razors that don't pivot. See, they don't always stay on my beard, but my Atra pivots to keep both blades on my beard longer. I get a better shave. See? Close. Comfortable.
Get the Gillette Atra and get the Atra advantage.
So who said life was fair?
Some say they're the fastest greens on the PGA Tour.
I'm Jack Nicklaus. Join me at the Memorial on CBS.
This series promises more of the same and hope to deliver it Thursday night. Game 2, best of 7, 9 o'clock Eastern time, right here at the Spectrum. The Lakers against the 76ers for the World Championship.
Now, this is the Laker bench. I thought in the first half that Pat Riley went to his bench quite often and quite effectively, but I think the reason he went to the bench was because of foul trouble and not fatigue. As you would think that maybe he's going to rest his guys. That's not it at all, because these guys can play a 48-minute game. It's just that with the foul trouble, they can't afford to have these guys and keep guys in foul trouble.
9:35 remaining in the third period. The Lakers lead is 1. Their biggest lead was 5. Kareem on a pass from Magic Johnson.
Now, some of the passes the Lakers are using offensively you don't normally see during the season. Very rare do they lob the ball that high to Kareem.
Julius goes in with the familiar finger roll. Magic has 4 assists in this game. In case you're keeping track, he led the NBA in that department. Pressure in the backcourt by Philadelphia. Norm Nixon against Mo Cheeks. Pulls up with it. Wilkes on the other side and Rambis. Kareem. Malone bellies up to Kareem, who goes up with a skyhook and draws the foul. That may be the second foul on Malone. They thought it was walking on Rambis when he and Wilkes went after the loose ball.
Or climbing over Moses. But as it was, that skyhook is a net result. It didn't go in, but it was there.
Kareem has 14 points, and he and Moses, both the 2 of the best free throw shooters among centers in the NBA. Moses shot 76%, Kareem 75% during the regular season, and they're both at that point in the playoffs. In fact, neither one of them has missed a free throw in the game.
You know what that means, don't you, Dick?
No, don't say it. It's not fair to Kareem. He got me again. He got me again. Under 9 minutes to go, third period. Julius Erving. And Kareem rolls it behind, and Rambis fights Malone for the jump ball.
And good hustle.
Kurt Rambis, who does the dirty work for the L.A. Lakers, will jump against Moses Malone. He hurt Philadelphia early in the games in last year's championship series with his rebounding work and hustle. Cheeks has it for Philadelphia. Ivaroni winds up on the floor. Clint Richardson. If you've been used to guarding Andrew Toney, all of a sudden Clint Richardson comes in, you better not take it too easy, because Clint can burn you as well. 64 all. 8.5 to go. Rambis. Block. Nixon and Cheeks. And Cheeks wins that fight. Goes away, and Maurice Cheeks. Davis has it blocked by Julius Erving. 4 block shots by Julius Erving in this ball game. Sixers. Ivaroni keeps it going in a new clock for Phillips. The Doctor against Magic. Easy one. (68-64). LA still
Sixers are blocking everything. Passes, shots, and the aisles.
They're blocking everyone but the people coming into the spectrum. Philadelphia scored 7 in a row. Wilkes to Nixon. Skyhook. And the Sixers keep it running. 7.5 to go. Third period. Maurice Cheeks inside. And they love it in the spectrum.
Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms, baby.
These beautiful moments were made possible by Head & Shoulders, the shampoo for the two of you.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Raise your hand.
You got it.
Raise your hand.
You know it. You feel confident, secure.
Raise your hand.
You feel dry now.
Raise your hand.
You know why now.
Raise your hand if you're sure.
You've got it. That sure, secure, confident feeling. Because each Sure gives you enough protection to help feel dry all day.
Confident, dry and secure. Raise your hand if you're sure.
1952, George Stephen invents the incredibly durable Weber kettle. Incredible. It soon becomes the best-loved way to broil burgers and roast the Thanksgiving turkey.
We love it.
But nobody loves cleaning out the ashes.
We don't love that.
Weber engineers, deep in thought, invent the One-Touch system. Weber's One-Touch opens to circulate heat and seal in the juices. Weber's One-Touch closes to put out the fire. Best of all, Weber's One-Touch sweeps out all the ashes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The Weber One-Touch, only from Weber.
How do you score 9 points in a row? First thing you do, you stop the other guys. Here's a good example. Ramos goes up, Julius blocks it, keeps it in play, starts the fast break. In order to get a run of 9 points or something like that, you got to stop the other guys 2 or 3 times in a row. They get some 2 or 3 point plays themselves. But that's what the Sixers have done in this third quarter. They've made passed the ball well, they shot the well, but they played great defense.
Leading scorers in the ball game, Tony with 19, Malone 17, and the Doctor with 14. The fast break points for Philadelphia and the block shot story. Kareem with 15 leads the Lakers, who are now down by 6 points. Biggest lead that Philadelphia had was 12 in the first half. They go to the man they need the points from every time out. Johnson tips it in.
Now, Clint Richard is doing a good job on keeping, harassing Magic Johnson. But you got to stay with him after the shot's taken, because he's the best rebounder on the team.
So that tip-in broke a 9-point spring for Philadelphia. Ivaroni and Rambis, 2 free agents. Malone away from the hoop. He showed the outside shot in the playoffs. Rambis the rebound. And the Lakers trying to come with it too. 6:44 to go in the third period. Richardson is on Magic Johnson. Very tough defensive guard, listed at 6'3", maybe shorter, but could play with the 6'8". Loose ball foul on Jamal Wilkes after Moses grabbed the rebound.
And so far, Jamal has not been on the target with his outside shooting. And this is a shot that Philadelphia wants him to take. You've got to make him take the outside shot, because if you let him go around inside, he can get the shot off inside. Here comes Michael Cooper.
Cooper is in the ball game, and Wilkes goes to the bench with 4 personal fouls. Cooper is playing with 3. Landsberger is coming also for the Lakers, replacing Rambis. Cooper all over Clint Richardson.
And that's how Clint hurts you, because you don't think that he's going to shoot or he's going to make it, but he's building up boards, and he's a better shooter than you think he is.
Should Cooper be on Richardson? Is that the best matchup for L.A.? He's their best defensive player, maybe.
No, not necessarily. You want to make a guy like Richardson beat you, though. If you're going to get beat, make him beat you.
Nixon.
You don't want to lose to a team. You want them to have to beat you.
You have Nixon on Cheeks. You have Magic Johnson on Julius Erving. And Mo Cheeks, who scored 2 points in the first half, has 8 already in this third period. And Philadelphia has regained the crispness and timing that they exhibited early in the game. Johnson goes in. Landsberger is fouled. Maybe on Cheeks, and it is.
Now, in past years, they would let Cheeks be out on the offense, take that shot outside, but not anymore. That's why I said earlier that he's a different player than he was 2 years ago.
4th foul on Maurice Cheeks, 13th foul on Philadelphia. Lakers have 1 team foul. 5:22 remaining in the third. Nixon. Smooth Norm Nixon. 13 for Nixon. The backcourt, the starting backcourt, 13 apiece. Nixon and Magic Johnson. Cheeks blocked by Landsberger, and Mo still has it. Great play by Cheeks. 6'1", won't give up inside. 4-point lead for Philadelphia. Malone stripped away by Norm Nixon. Nixon knocked the ball away from Moses Malone, and Michael Cooper is fouled by Ibaroni. And he was hit in the neck.
Oh, that's what he got for his trouble. Short of breath and a foul.
Similar story to Rambis. Both were drafted by the New York Knicks. He went to Italy. Rambis played in Greece. All free agents. He started all but 5 games for Philadelphia this year.
Now here's the play as Cooper comes in. Right there.
Coop with a miss. 4:43 remaining, third period.
And that one sequence where Philadelphia ran up the 9 straight points is looming very, very important in this game at this point.
But the Lakers are within 3 right now. Andrew Toney working inside baseline. Wide open is Clint Richardson, and he hits another one. He averaged 7 points during the regular year, 7 in the playoffs, and has 6 so far. But he's a hot 3 for 3 from the field in this period. Turnover,
Another good defensive sequence by Clint Richardson and Moses Malone.
Richardson has really come on this period. He has been the spark plug along with Cheeks. Nixon cans a big one.
Neither of these teams let up. You can see that.
And they're going to be gone at this for a while. Billy Cunningham wants a timeout. Crowd likes the Philadelphia show, but it's a 5-point lead right now. At one point, they were down by 5.
And they've had 2 outstanding defensive sequences, and they've been able to capitalize on both of them.
Just under 4 minutes remaining, third period. Philadelphia 78, Los Angeles 73.
If you've noticed a lot more people buying personal computers lately, it may be thanks to Computerland. Because right now, when you buy a personal computer for $1,500 or more, Computerland gives you free software. Choose your free program from top-selling software like word processing or financial planning. So if you've been thinking about buying a personal computer, why wait? Join the crowd. Buy now at Computerland and walk away with free software.
Do-it-yourselfers, get dirty. Get gritty, grimy, greasy, slimy, dirty, dusty, dungy, grungy. Get dirty.
We'll lava you clean.
Lava with pumice digs in, powers out tough dirt. Cleaner, faster, better than any leading bar soap. So go get messy, mussy, gloppy, sloppy, filthy, nasty, ugly, dirty. Get dirty.
We'll lava you clean.
Get dirty.
Rubby, rubby. We'll lava you clean.
Get dirty.
Rubby, rubby.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Congratulations, you coached a pretty mean game.
Well, I had a pretty good teacher.
Did I teach you the part about the winning coach buying the Lowenbrow?
You got it.
Give me 10 minutes. I gotta go yell at my players.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
So tell me, what'd you say to your teacher?
Told him we were out coached.
Let it be Lowenbrow.
Wednesday, a woman's scheme for her son's success turns into murder when Lindsay Wagner, Jameson Parker, and Dabney Coleman star in Callie and Son.
Don't forget Game 2, Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. The Lakers and the Sixers here at the Spectrum. The Lakers had out-rebounded the Sixers by 4 at the half, but Philadelphia's had a 13-6 bulge so far in this third period. Moses has 13 in the ballgame. Inside against Landsberger and Cooper. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
And they're trying to make Moses have to pass the ball because Moses is always a good passer. He's not normally a good assist passer. He passed the ball to relieve the pressure.
Julius Erving from the corner. The Sixers shot over 35% in the first half, but 58 or now 60% so far in this period. 7-point lead.
Now what the Sixers are doing and playing a good defense is not just to block shots. They are funneling the Laker offense the way they want it, pretty much, when they're in a half-court game, and that sets up the block shots.
Of course, they wanted Magic Johnson to do his damage from outside, and the Magic Man has responded to the tune of 15 points. So Kareem, Nixon, and Magic Johnson all with 15 points. Kareem has 3 fouls. Magic also 3. Clint Richardson hits another one. 10 points for Clint Richardson off the bench. And Philadelphia maintains a 7-point lead. Richardson has hit all 5 shots he's attempted here in the third period. Kareem against Malone. And they're going to call a loose ball foul against Landsberger over the top.
That was not a bad foul. Because on misses like that is when the Sixers like to take a fast break. So you take the foul, at least you have to take it out of bounds.
Biggest lead for Philadelphia was 12. The Lakers had a 5-point lead in this third period. And it's been a big turnaround in the Sixers' favor. Malone against Landsberger. Magic Johnson out of it. Nixon. And it drops for him.
Shooter's bounce.
Norm Nixon, who came alive in the playoffs. He had his lowest scoring average of his career this year in the regular season, but has emerged in the playoffs. He's at his last 4.
And again, if the Lakers can stay within 5 by the end of this quarter, they're in good shape because being short man, with short man, they can stay out of foul trouble and they have these guys down the stretch. They're in pretty good shape.
That was Nixon's second foul under 2 minutes to go. Team fouls. LA has 4. Next one there in the penalty. Philadelphia 3. Tony to try to trap Tony. 6 seconds on the clock. And Andrew almost tied up and the ball taken away by Johnson. Here comes Nixon. Ivoroni back. Nixon with a overhead.
That was an acrobat.
He's hit his last 5, and now it's Philadelphia by 3. Looking at the clock. Julius.
Speaking of flying.
He's had his career in the air the way he's gone. 18 points for the Doctor. And Magic Johnson has an outside range that he may not have had at any time this year. He is deadly now. 84-81 with 1 minute to go in the third period. Illegal defense has been called against LA, and that makes it 1-1 in the warnings against the illegal defense. Bobby Jones has come in, and so will Clay Johnson.
Now here's Norman Nixon on that shot. I'm talking about acrobatics. Reverse spin. That takes creativity.
Nixon has gone out of the ball game. He leads the Lakers with 19, replaced by Clay Johnson, second-year guard from Missouri.
And Mark Landsberger is doing a pretty good job on containing Moses.
Yes, he is. Tony with Cooper on him.
I guess I might have spoke too soon.
Well, he's doing a good job, even if he does well. Julius Irving is on the bench with 18 points as he gets a breather.
Now here's the play he sets up. He gives Magic a fake, goes baseline, and the rest is history.
Foul was on Landsberger, number 3. .44 seconds to go in the third period. 84-81.
Some people call Moses a blue-collar worker, and the way he works, it's a silk blue collar.
Yeah. Or cashmere or whatever. 17 showing on the shot clock. Cooper gives it right back to Magic. Isolating Kareem. He'll go to the line. Malone will give that foul to Bobby Jones, his second. Second on Jones, although Malone was behind Kareem.
Helping out.
Fourth team foul.
Helping him out toward the foul line.
Thus ushering him right to the stripe. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had a little tragedy this year with the fire that destroyed his house. He learned of people's good side, I think, during that experience.
Yes, he heard from a lot of the nice people saying awful nice things to him, and it was much more than he expected. But there are a lot of nice people out there.
And, of course, the Jazz records that he lost, a lot of them replaced. 85-83, Philadelphia. 16 on the shot clock. There's a 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. We can expect a whale of a final period. Tony lost it. Richardson. And here's Clay Johnson to Magic Johnson. 4 seconds to go. Magic is going to fire it up. And it went over the backboard.
He didn't know how strong he was.
That'll do it at the end of the third period. It's the 76ers 85, the Lakers 83. It's close. And we'll return to the Spectrum after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.
In the race to put personal computers in the office, Wang introduces the winning formula. The Wang Professional Computer. In data processing, it's faster than any personal computer tested. Only Wang offers you the best-selling word processing in the world. And only Wang gives you all this, plus unbeaten communications. The Wang Professional Computer. In the race to office automation, it leaves the competition in the dust.
When his client told him, give me that package overnight or else, I told him use express mail next day service from the post office. Is it fast, he said? Overnight, I said. Reliable, he said. They deliver over 70,000 packages on time every day, I said. And a 2-pound package is $9.35, about half what most others charge. Yes? It's your client. He says he got it. And you're brilliant.
What would you do without me?
Express Mail Service. We make you look good for less.
Kirk Douglas stars tonight, 11:45.
The NBA basketball players, the greatest athletes in the world.
It's the most exciting sport in America today.
From down to Curran to Richardson playing guard all the way under to Bobby Jones. Score!
I like the thrills of minute.
Oh, I love it. It's exciting.
Alley-oop. Whoa!
These are the greatest athletes in the world. These are definitely the best.
Here comes Isaiah. It's just a 2-on-2. Isaiah all the way.
NBA action. It's fantastic.
The preceding message was furnished by the National Basketball Association. The NBA on CBS is sponsored by Light Beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer, and less. The 1983 Honda motorcycles. Engineered performance for over 20 years. And by Gillette Atra Razor. The twin blade that pivots for a close, comfortable shave.
Scenes of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're live in the Spectrum. Dick Stockton, Bill Russell, along with Brent Musburger, Kevin Lockery, and Pat O'Brien. We start the fourth period, and what do you think we're in store for, Russ?
Well, I think both coaches are trying to get a combination out there that gives them a combination of defense, scoring, and rebounding. And Pat Riley and Billy Cunningham are going to try to set up so they can give the key men a little rest from the stretch run because they know they're in a ball game, both teams.
So we'll see whose bench does well in the first, say, 8 minutes of this period. Tony into Moses Malone. Andrew had a very hot first period. Landsberger the rebound. Mark Landsberger has 7 rebounds, more than just a contribution for LA today.
I think he and Clint Richardson have both made vital contributions.
They tried the alley-oop to Clay Johnson, and it didn't work, and Philadelphia coming back. There's a chance for the Lakers to tie it up. Bobby Jones, baseline. Moses Malone, foul. On the elbow, says Jack Madden. And Kareem, it's his 4th foul. He didn't get very much of it. He's not yet in foul trouble.
Not yet. But you can look for. Now I think they're going to give him a rest because you can look for the Sixers to go right to Kareem in the next sequence down when they're on offense.
Dwight Jones is going to come in the ball game now. Kareem is going to take a rest. He has scored 17 points, but goes out with 4 fouls. And he's replaced by Dwight Jones.
And I think he would have gone out the next 2 minutes probably anyway.
4 rebounds and 3 blocks for the captain, as they call him. Abdul-Jabbar. Malone. Rebound by Magic. Chance.
Here's Finn Richardson. Putting that pressure on Magic. And this is the thing they try to do, is to harass him coming up court so he doesn't have that free hand to make those great passes that he's capable of doing.
Norm Nixon is going to come back in the ball game, replacing Clay Johnson. So Pat Riley may think now's the time to have his experienced starting backcourt in there. Johnson guarded by Clint Richardson.
Well, both Nixon and Johnson are both young enough so that they can play a lot of minutes.
Dwight Jones, short, and Philadelphia
starts to break.
85-83, Sixers lead. Ivaroni rolls it in. 6 points for Mark Ivaroni, averaged 5 during the regular year, and another turnover.
Good defensive play by Clint Richardson.
Jones, Malone. It counts, and there's a foul. No foul. It was deflected into the basket by a Laker. No foul, but the basket will count for Malone. 87-83 in favor of, make it 89-83. It's 89-83, Philadelphia. Minute and a half gone by, 4th period. Nixon. And they'll call it against the Lakers.
Now here's the defense out by the Sixers, and they start coming right here. Richardson knocks it loose. Bobby Jones, Ivaroni comes up with it back to Richardson, and they get it down court quickly as Bobby Jones over to Moses. And that's what a good defense for. It gets you good percentage shots.
Dwight Jones committed the foul. Magic now picks up Tony momentarily. He's doubling all over the floor. Clint Richardson drives in. Landsberger saves it. We talked about Richardson and Landsberger doing well. More expected from Clint Richardson than Landsberger, who didn't play the last 3 games against San Antonio. Into Dwight Jones. Malone fights. And it's off Tony. Lakers ball. And they have 24 seconds with 9:42 remaining in the 4th period and a 6-point lead for Philly.
And now you're seeing a lot of heads-up basketball, but a lot of hard work in basketball. And that's where it is in the playoffs.
When you buy a new car, you want to keep it looking new. And that's easy with Armor All Protectant. A scientific formula that took a polymer chemist 10 years to develop. It helps keep rubber, vinyl, leather, and plastic looking new. So even though you can't keep your car from getting old, you can keep it from looking old. Armor All. It's science, but it works like magic.
When it's time to change, go for it. This year, go Michelin. The difference is performance. Michelin Performance. This time, get Michelin. Get years of Michelin fuel economy, Michelin traction, years of Michelin handling. Go for it. This time, get all the tire your money can buy. Don't settle for less. This is the time. This is the tire. This is the place. We put America on radials. We want to put you on Michelin.
Nothing tastes like Hawaiian Punch. You only have to taste it once. Taste of the place. Ooh, far, far away. Come on and go Hawaiian. Hawaiian Punch. Sail away, Hawaiian, sail away.
Magic Johnson had 19 assists in a game against San Antonio to tie a Laker playoff record. He has 6 so far in this game. How do you interpret that?
A couple of reasons for that. First, he's playing a great game. He's shooting the outside shot and making it. But the reason he doesn't have as many assists is because of the injury problems they have. He is not working with the normal rotation substitutes and getting the guys open. Plus the fact that Jamal Wilkes has not had a real outstanding shooting day. And that's one of the key guys because they have that togetherness, especially he and Jamal Wilkes. And when Jamal Wilkes is hitting that, that'll add 6 more assists to his total.
Wilkes has 10 points in the game, 89-83. The Lakers have not scored in 2 minutes and 20 seconds of this fourth period. Nixon goes up, doesn't get the roll, but he'll go to the line. That'll be the second team foul against Philadelphia. The team fouls are all even at 2 apiece. And the foul is on Andrew Toney, number 3 on Andrew. Nixon.
You know, in most other series, both these teams take the attitude, let that other team adjust to us. But I said earlier that these teams have made some concessions that maybe we got to back off in some areas and put emphasis on other things in reaction to what this team does.
5-point game, Philadelphia in front. Last year, the team split the opening 2 games. L.A. won game number 1. Forget they've won the opening game on the road, 9 playoff series. It was last touched by Malone.
A good defensive play by Dwight Jones.
And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to come in, and Dwight Jones goes out of the game. So Kareem is back in. He's playing with 4 personal fouls and has 17 points in the game. 9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, 4th period. Game 1 from the Spectrum of the World Championship Series. Tony Nixon rims the hoop, and the Lakers were back on the fence. 16. Karam, controlled by Moses Malone, and Cooper fouls Andrew Toney. 13 foul against Los Angeles, and for Cooper, his 4th personal.
Well, what he did, when Tony turned to look at the coach, he tried to get in there and get the ball with the heads up, but
didn't work.
He bumped him a lot on the way there to the ball.
Cooper is Reed, but he's more physical. Of course, he was thrown out of the game in San Antonio with Gene Banks for a little scrap in game 4. A little muscle there by Andrew Toney. Toney has 21 points, Malone 20, and Irving 18. So the 3 guns for the Sixers are doing it today.
You know, if you're playing against a team like that, you'd rather have it happen that way. But the thing that's hurt him most is a guy like Clint Richardson.
Double team on Kareem. Ivoroni gets the rebound, and Philadelphia's biggest lead in the second half was 7. They have back right now. Jones off the rim, and he had an open shot from Clint Richardson. And now Magic Johnson with Cooper with a pull-up. There's a 4th.
Yes, when a guy misses a layup, and again, Landsberger doing an outstanding job on the board today for the Lakers.
That was the first field goal for the Lakers in this period, and it comes with nearly half of it gone by. 91-86, Philadelphia. Just the first of a best of 7 on CBS. Malone will get the hoop and go to the line as well. 4th team foul on the Lakers, and the personal foul.
What's really been improving with the Sixers is they've done it all year, and they're finally getting the rhythm back. Is getting the ball to Malone in the lane when he breaks in, so he has time to maneuver and doesn't have to worry about the 3 seconds. A lot of times the guy will work and work, but by the time he gets the ball, he has to worry about 3 seconds. And they get the ball to him just before it's free, and he's capitalizing on it.
Biggest lead for Philadelphia since their 12-point lead. In the first period, 4th foul on Landsberger. Norm Nixon over Bobby Jones. And the Lakers relying maybe too much on outside shots right now.
Well, that's the only shot that they're going to get for this 60 defense, I can tell you that.
Tony comes back, and Pat Riley wants a timeout.
Because the only way they're going to get that sky hook is if Kareem is able to get in a position where he can just start it right away, because they're going to double team him every time.
What does L.A. have to do quickly?
Well, what they're going to have to do is try to move the ball around the perimeter, which the Sixers have not let them do. When they do that, then they can get an easy inside shot.
Timeout. We'll be back.
It's a great day. Well, he's not the father of the bride. I am. He's my Aetna agent. I met him when my Susie was her size, and my business wasn't much bigger. From day one, he's worried as much about my business as I have. Do I have enough insurance? Or too much insurance? Do I have the right insurance? And thanks to him, I'm free to worry about other things. Like how I'm going to pay for all this.
Call your Aetna agent.
Aetna, I'm glad I met you.
I've been doing one thing my whole life. And I've worked hard to be the best. But there are some terrific kids like Ben here who don't have the same kind of chances I had. So this Memorial Day weekend, Kentucky Fried Chicken is going to do right by them. When you pick up some chicken during that weekend, part of the proceeds will go to the March of Dimes fight against birth defects. So help Kentucky Fried Chicken help kids like Ben. Right, Ben?
Right.
All right.
What does the General Motors mark of excellence mean to you? It means the latest techniques in computers, lasers, robotics, and aerodynamics. It means smarter, sleeker, more exciting cars, and the industry's most advanced safety-related research. At GM, excellence isn't just a quality. It's a commitment to always be better and better. We're living up to our commitment. Right now, today, we're the best GM ever.
Game 2 of the NBA Championship. The world champion Los Angeles Lakers duel the Philadelphia 76ers Thursday night on CBS Sports.
Live at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Game 1 World Championship. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. One of the key tasks a coach has is knowing when to call the timeout.
Yes, that last timeout was very important for Pat Riley because they're 8 points down. They need a basket now. See, as long as you're 6 or 8 points behind, you can play the game. But if you get 10 or 12, then you start playing catch-up, which is a different game. And you want to keep the game so that you can have some control over how it's played. And you don't want to ever get into a catch-up game.
So the Lakers trying to stop this latest string by the Sixers. Kareem against Moses. Richardson comes down with it. What a game he has played off the bench for Philadelphia today. Next foul for the Lakers will put him in the penalty. And Malone has given Philadelphia a 10-point lead. Jones out to Richardson. And here's Clint. And now Pat Riley wants a 20-second timeout. And right now, Russ, this match is the biggest lead of the game for the Sixers and their fans who are going crazy here. And this, with 6:34 to go, still plenty of time, but I would think L.A. has to start to go to work now.
They really do, and this is another timeout that they had to take. The other one was not as forced to timeout as this one was, but you can't let the way the Sixers are playing defense, you've got to try to do something now to throw that defensive rhythm off. I think they're going to have to vary their offense a little bit rather than going straight to Kareem. They're going to have to move that ball around because the Sixers defense is coming in deep and teeing off on them.
In 11 steals by Philadelphia, 4 by Clint Richardson. Cooper gets loose on a good feed from Magic.
And that's the kind of thing they got to do instead of just going to Kareem. that kind of play.
Lakers have 3 full timeouts remaining. Philadelphia has 4 plus their 20. Over Nixon. The foul is on Nixon. And Clint Richardson will go to the line. That is the 15th foul against Los Angeles.
Kareem was asking a couple of questions to the referees, and I want to tell you, if he asked the question in French, they'll answer in German. They'd have never talked the same language. What? What?
I've never heard it put that way. 1 of 2 for Clint Richardson. It's 101-90, nearly halfway through this final period. The 11-point Philadelphia lead. Lakers playing without Bob McAdoo. Gambling was Clint Richardson. Kareem, quick passes, top of the key, Nixon. Good passing by L.A.
That's the kind of stuff they have to do. When they move that ball around, they can stretch the Philadelphia defense.
That's exactly the point you made, and the thing that Philadelphia was wary of coming into this game. Tony against Cooper. Goes to the hoop on it.
Partially blocked.
Richardson in the right place at the right time. 15 points for Clint Richardson, more than double his season and playoff average. Kareem goes in and is hit. That is the 3rd team foul against Philadelphia. And Abdul-Jabbar will go to the free throw stripe.
Clint Richardson wants to know what's the record is building. Scoring record, that is. He's having himself quite a game today.
Oldest athlete in the playoffs, 36 years old. Lakers have been missing a few from the line as of late. His playoff average of over 28 a game is nearly 7 points more than his season's average. 1 of 2 for Kareem and a 10-point lead for Philadelphia. Nixon with 24 is a high score for Los Angeles. 25 for Malone.
Now the Lakers.
Richardson.
Good pass.
Malone with 6 seconds on the clock. And Wilkes, who has been kind of quiet in this game. Lakers hope he gets turned up. Driving in on a feed from Magic Johnson.
Outstanding play.
Go give and go, right?
Give it and get out of the way.
8-point game. 4:40. Trapping for L.A. Each team's been called for 1 illegal defense violation. Tony. Bobby Jones. And they really put the clamps on Malone. And the Lakers coming back, down by 8. Nixon, the leading scorer for the Lakers, now with 26 points.
And Billy Cunningham's going to call timeout.
And a good one.
Because that's another of those good timeouts. His magic coming down the break. You run the break a lot of different ways. Here he comes back out, stops. There goes. There's a guy that he always counts on, Jamal Wilkes. When he's in there, he gets a lot of assists.
And then Nixon has hit his last 3, having a hot game.
Used to good friends.
Ah, so this is what you gave up your corner office for?
Uh-huh. Well, how is the old rat race?
Minimal. And how are you doing?
Well, when I'm not out on a charter, I stay here. Keep her from sinking.
You can keep her afloat for another hour or so?
At least.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrau.
You know, I could always use a couple of deckhands.
Let it be Lowenbrau.
Now, in the duel of the disposable razors between Bic and Good News.
Hold it, boys. Schick has a new disposable that beats them both.
New Schick disposable?
Right. This new Schick disposable beats Good News for sharpness.
This Schick is sharper than Good News?
Yep, and Schick beats Bic for overall performance.
You know she's right.
Why fight it?
Try the disposable that beats them both. The new Schick disposable.
Today, you need an oil this good. You need Quaker State. When your engine's this new, you gotta protect your investment. You need an oil this good.
When your engine's this old, it needs extra care. You need an oil this good.
Small engines work so hard,
they demand an oil this good.
These motor oils are refined exclusively from Pennsylvania-grade crude. Quaker State is so good, it's America's best-selling motor oil. New cars.
Old cars.
Small cars.
Today, you need Quaker State. You need an oil this good.
There's our scene. Philadelphia leading 103-97. What is Billy Cunningham trying to do to hold on to the lead?
On that last timeout, Billy Cunningham has to be a little careful in knowing when to call timeouts. He doesn't want to call timeout when he might break the momentum or a good play by his team. When your team's on a roll, you want to leave him alone, leave him play as much as possible. But he needed that timeout, and he made a wise decision, I think, in making it.
Julius setting up the play. Bobby Jones, 7 seconds on the shot clock. In the middle, knocked away. And the Lakers coming back with Michael Cooper going in and out. Bobby Jones went after him. Didn't get a piece of anything, but Cooper, and now the old 4-point play works here for Philadelphia. The 2 Cooper didn't get, and the 2 that Doc get. Big points for Philadelphia. Sixers in all of their playoff games, and the New York and Milwaukee series have had it when they needed it. There's the loop to Michael Cooper.
And Billy Cunningham's a little upset because Andrew Toney thought let Cooper get free there. Should have held him up a little bit without the ball.
105-99. We're in the 4th period. From the Spectrum Game 1 World Championship. Bobby Jones. Back to Cheeks. Clement Johnson, who's in for Malone, hits a big baseline shot. But Clement Johnson coming off the bench with a big basket, putting more pressure on the Lakers with under 3 minutes to play. 4th period.
Because they're starting to reach the point where they have to play. When the Lakers don't score here, they're reaching the point where they have to play catch-up. And that changes your game, as I said earlier.
Pat Riley with a terrific job he has done in his first full year. Commissioner Larry O'Brien is here.
And another timeout by the Lakers.
The NBA, they're talking about NBA these days because it's great basketball. It's as simple as that.
It has been for many years.
Timeout by the Lakers, 2:45 remaining. LA now has 2 timeouts remaining.
Grow a beard, huh? Not under my roof.
But, Dad, this electric razor is rough on my face.
Try Electric Shave. It does for an electric razor what lather does for a blade. See, Electric Shave's special formula dries your beard, so whiskers stand up, lubricates your face so your razor glides easily.
Electric Shave's great, but where's the singing?
Electric Shave! Electric Shave does for an electric razor what lather does for a blade.
Know what I love about my man?
He wears aqua velva, ice blue refreshing, ice blue cool. Its manly scent has been his rule through the years. 'Cause he wears ice blue aqua velva, I'll stay near.
There's something about an ice blue aqua velva man.
In the weeks ahead on CBS Sports, the NBA Championship, and you'll see every game live. Heavyweight boxing with undefeated Marvis Frazier taking on a man his father fought, Joe Bugner. The world's top Formula One drivers at the Detroit Grand Prix. The 3rd leg of horse racing's Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes. America's finest gymnast at the U.S. Gymnastics Championships. And heavyweight contender Jerry Cooney's return to the ring. All here on CBS Sports.
2:45 remaining, 4th period. 8-point Philadelphia lead. Norm Nixon has really carried the burden for the Lakers with 17 points this half. But Kareem has only 3 baskets since the first period, and Jamal Wilkes has only 1 field goal this half. So they may need both Kareem and Wilkes offensively to get back and also to stop the Sixers at the other end. 14 fouls on Philadelphia. Lakers already in the penalty. Cheeks and Toney at guard on the fence. Bobby Jones and Irving up front, and Clement Johnson. Norm Nixon over the top. Loose ball. Jamal Wilkes. Bobby Jones went scattered as they fought for the loose ball. 6-point game. Now here's where the Lakers have to play defense.
Definitely. Now they're using their stunt to double team. Now, the question is, will
Tony.
I tried to say Willis to take advantage of it, and they did.
And it doesn't
right
take
away.
long. So once again, the pressure is on the Lakers with an 8-point game. They're not a good 3-point shooting team. Kareem gets 2 back in a hurry. But they can't afford to trade baskets now.
Well, they can't afford to trade baskets, but they don't have to stop them every time now. But they have to stop at least 2 out of 3.
You see less than 2 minutes to go in the 4th period, trapping the Cheeks. Julius, Bobby Jones open. A big one. Philadelphia scored the last 3 times down, Russ.
Sixers are running it perfect. They see that they were expecting that trap, and they know exactly what they want to do with it.
Wilkes comes back.
And he knows what he wants to do with that one, too. So neither team is backing off. In other words, what the Lakers saying to the Sixers, you'll have to beat us.
And the Sixers have scored and matched the Lakers point for point here. Clement Johnson, 6 seconds on the 24-second clock. Tony not in good control with 1 second. And the 24-second clock goes off. The
Good
buzzer
defense by the Lakers. And the Lakers call another timeout.
That'll leave them with 1. They got 1 left now. The situation, we have 1:11 remaining in the 4th period. Philadelphia leading 111 to 105, a 6-point margin. LA 1 timeout remaining.
You think I'm tough? This is tough. TR3 ain't no wax. Man, this stuff is something else. TR3 goes on easy, stays on hard, makes your car beautiful. Like me. TR3 fights off the enemies like dirt, sun, and grime. You want tough? This is tough. TR3, take it from me, Mr. T.
On the coast, 9 to 5 can be a lot of fun. After that, it only gets better.
Welcome to Miller Time. It's all yours and it's all mine. Bring your thirsty self right here. The rich, smooth taste of Miller beer is what you have in mind. So welcome to Miller Time.
Welcome to the rich, smooth taste of Miller High Life.
How can a guy 5'9" have an unfair advantage over these guys? I use the Gillette Atra razor. They don't. It's got the advantage of a pivoting head. Atra is better than twin blade razors that don't pivot. See? They don't always stay in my beard, but my Atra pivots to keep both blades on my beard longer. So I get a better shave, close, comfortable.
Get the Gillette Atra and get the Atra advantage.
Sometimes a little advantage goes a long way.
Philadelphia leading 111 to 105. Julius Erving. Everyone talks about the triple-double of Magic Johnson, but the doctor has 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. According to Marty Aronoff, our statistician, he needs 1 rebound and 1 assist for a triple-double. But if the fans are cheering, that's bench for Philadelphia. 19 points compared to 6 for the first half, and Clint Richardson playing the major role there. Lakers trailing by 6. Cooper's in 3-point region and will miss. It was a 2-point attempt, and you wonder about that shot.
Well, that's because they're now playing catch-up basketball, is what I mean. If you're not playing catch-up, you go ahead and take the shot that you want inside. Now they got to play the outstanding defense.
Tony trapped. Bobby Jones with 4 seconds on the clock, and Cooper winds up with it. We have 37 seconds and running. The Lakers need points. Jamal Wilkes from the corner. Rebound, Magic Johnson, and it's a 4-point game, 29 seconds to go. And the Lakers will not win it without a good defensive play.
They'll have to make it feel early.
Or tie it, I should say. Overthrown as Mo Cheeks overthrows Bobby Jones. And the Lakers, with 21 seconds,
call their last time out, I believe.
Now, why now instead of working up to get the 2? Because they may not get the ball again, right?
You got it. What he's got to do is have 2 plays called. What you're going to do the rest of the game now, not just his out of bounds play.
Raise your hand. You got it. Raise your hand. You know it. You feel confident, secure. Raise your hand. You feel dry now. Raise your hand. You know why now. Raise your hand if you're sure.
You've got it. That sure, secure, confident feeling. Because each Sure gives you enough protection to help feel dry all day.
Confident, confident, dry and secure. Raise your hand if you're sure. Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms, baby.
These beautiful moments were made possible by Head & Shoulders, the shampoo for the two of you.
Put your head on my shoulder.
We are back, 4 points, 21 seconds, and Kevin Lockery, who on this 76er team turned the game around?
It's been a surprise on the team. Clint Richardson came in and did a fantastic job on both ends of the floor. I think he's been the key for Philadelphia so far.
All right, the Lakers can either go fast now and take two or try a three-pointer. Let's go back to Dick and Russ.
Thank you, Brent and Kevin. Lakers not normally a three-point team, and I'd have to say if they do score in a hurry to make it a two-point game, you want to stop the clock as much as possible because they may not get the ball back. So they would have to foul. Who would they foul on Philadelphia?
Well, that'd be hard. You have to go for the big guys. Just, you know, because you got some great free throw shooters out there. Now, what the Lakers have to do is score as soon as possible and see if they can force Philadelphia to call a timeout.
And stop the clock that way.
Stop the clock that way.
Lakers are out of timeouts. They have no more timeouts. Philadelphia has 3 plus a 20. And now Philadelphia will use their timeout. What did they see that made them call a timeout, do you think?
Well, they see what play, they'll know, they'll be familiar with the play. And they see when they set up, they say, well, this is what they do on that play. If they go back out in the same lineup, these are the guys you have to watch for trying to get the shot.
Now, does LA come out with a different kind of setup now?
It depends. With these two teams, most of them will have the attitude, you just have to stop it. We're not going to change, you just have to stop it.
That was a 20-second timeout. 21 seconds on the clock, and the Lakers need 4 points to tie it up. Philadelphia does not have to give up the ball anymore if the Lakers score. Jamal Wilkes trapped, Kareem skyhook. Rebound, Magic Johnson, he lost it to Bobby Jones. And a foul, they had a foul, and they didn't have to worry about who to get, they just had to get someone in a hurry.
And if they got Bobby Jones, he is not your prime candidate, but he's not only a good free throw shooter, but down the stretch, he's an excellent free throw shooter.
I'd say if you had to pick 5 guys, he's the last one you'd foul. But they didn't have that luxury. Bobby Jones, 11 for 12 in the playoffs from the line. That's the first one he's missed in the playoffs.
That's what we get.
Keep in mind, the Lakers do not have another timeout to call. He missed them both. Out of bounds, LA ball. 13 seconds. So it's the same story with 8 fewer seconds for the Lakers. They're down by 4. Norman Nixon. 3-point attempt by Michael Cooper. Malone has it, and that'll do it. He's fouled, but time has run out just about. 1 second to go. And the crowd gives the Sixers a standing ovation.
And they deserved it. Because the two coaches today had two different problems. Billy Cunningham had to be very careful. He had to coach to win. A lot of times in a situation like this, a coach will coach not to lose. But he did a great job in that he coached to win today.
Moses Malone's 18th rebound was his biggest. He has 25. Tony 25. And Irving has 20. Now 2 seconds remain on the clock. For Los Angeles, their leading scorer is Norm Nixon with 26. Kareem has 20 and Magic 19.
And the man at the foul line, they went last summer and got him just for this particular situation.
So that little ball would bounce around and go in.
Now, here's the guy I was saying you should foul him, right? I said, you know, you go for the big guys, but that'll teach you.
The 76ers are going to win this first game. It's a best of 7, and game 1 goes into the books in the column of the Philadelphia 76ers as they win it 113 to 107. And fatigue couldn't have been a factor in this game.
It wasn't. The defense was a factor. The 76ers played some absolutely brilliant defenses when they needed to.
We'll be back to the Spectrum after this.
Dirt track racing. The most exciting, the most American sport on 2 wheels. The inspiration for an incredible new motorcycle, the Honda Ascot. Now, B-twin power and torque and racer quick handling comes off the track and onto the street. The Honda Ascot. What motorcycling was meant to be.
When a business grows, it often grows out of control. Simple procedures become gigantic problems. Things like billing, filing, and shipping become too big to handle the old way. Why not get one of IBM's low-cost small computers like DataMaster? It puts you back in control, and it can grow
Here's to a great future.
as your business grows.
The final score, Philadelphia beating Los Angeles 113 to 107 in game 1 of the World Championship. The Lakers now will try to even it Thursday, and if you had to pick a story, not the fatigue with LA playing Friday, but maybe the bench. Both teams' benches played well, but Clint Richardson was a key man for Philadelphia.
I thought today was just a perfect example that basketball is a team game. When you say team, you don't mean the star or the first 5, you mean the whole team. Clint Richardson came off the bench and did a great job, and so did Mark Landsberger from the Lakers, so that the teams came to play today.
All right, and the Lakers, of course, would like to see Mr. Bob McAdoo come back in the lineup. He has that pulled thigh muscle. Hope he's back on Thursday. For some final comments, let's go to our hosts, Brent Musburger and Kevin Lockery. Brent?
All right, Dick, thank you, and Bill Russell, nice job here this afternoon. And so for the first time since the Magic Johnson era began in Southern California, the Los Angeles Lakers have lost the first game on the road of a playoff series. And that is perhaps because of the San Antonio Spurs, who beat them in the Forum and forced a rugged 6th game in San Antonio. No alibis for the Lakers, but they were not as crisp today against the Philadelphia 76ers, who now are closing in on that championship that Julius Erving wants so badly. The final score, 113-107, Philadelphia over Los Angeles. For Dick Stockton, Bill Russell, Kevin Lockery, and Pat O'Brien, I'm Brent Musburger. So long, everybody. Philadelphia. It'll be the Lakers and the 76ers Thursday night. We'll see you then.